Hey guys, and welcome back to the TEC Gauntlet Season 1, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. We're back with the second half of today. It's day 2 of the tournament. My name is Apollonia. I'll be your host, and joining me on the analyst desk today, it's gonna be Red Bro, caster and analyst, as well as CA analyst. How are you guys feeling? Red Bro, let us know.
Well, the esports team, a really good, diverse team filled with exciting players, and I'm really excited to see how they fare up against this wild card of Team Fangs. So looking forward to it.
All right, what about you, CA?
I mean, it's exactly that, right? Like so far, we've seen like all teams really come out swinging. I want to see if the Team Fangs can sort of cause an upset on day one. I think, naturally favor the esports team because we know more about them. But Fangs are one roster that actually stuck together, so I want to see more of the coordination coming through from them and what they can do to really pull off a surprise and give us the best.
Indeed. So we do see here Enigma Gaming, they did take the win in the first half over Samurai Esports. But right now, coming up, it's gonna be Team Fangs versus the Esports team. So these are a best of 3. We'll go into 3 maps. Let's just pull up the group standings and have a look at how all the teams are doing. So bear in mind, we are focusing on Group B. Not all teams have played, and right now we are gonna be able to see the last two, which is Team Fangs and the esports team. So right there we do see a point for True Rippers, Velocity Gaming, and Enigma Gaming, and unfortunately the following 6 they would have to look for a comeback. So what will be the fate of both these teams? Let's begin with talking about the esports team. So, CA, you brought up the point that the esports team is a team that we're very familiar with. I do believe they have had a lot of different team names. They've gone through a bit of quite a bit of a roster change as well. And when it comes to the esports team, what do you think about right off the bat?
I mean, when you think of the current particular iteration of the rosters, they have insanely talented players. But when you think of the team in general, it's the like pure aggression playstyle that, like the pure, not even aggression, pure execute playstyle that they've really sort of made their name for themselves throughout the times they participate in our tournaments. Like they're a team that is very decisive when they want to go towards a particular PowerPoint, or if not a site itself, then they go together as a unit and their executes are clean and efficient. They make sure that they understand between each other who is clearing what angles, which makes the execute that much better because they are in the site in the blink of an eye, and before you can even react, that's what gives them the advantage. They usually face an issue because of that against teams that are good to react, but in general, they're the sort of team that is willing to just take the fight to you, overwhelm you before you even get a chance to think about it.
All right, what are your thoughts on the esports team here, Ripro?
I think I'll echo C in the fact that these players are extremely explosive when they march onto every single map that they play on. And I'm really excited to see how they use that sort of explosive nature to actually build around a really solid attacking playstyle that we've come to expect from these players, and how they utilize it against a wild card such as Team Fangs. Like C already said, individually, these players are brilliant, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to how they come together as a unit and then execute on their plans.
Indeed, because they gotta stay together right? They got to stay undivided and conquer. They can't, kind of do their own thing. They're a bunch of big personalities. So that is definitely going to be a challenge for the esports team. But I think they're ready to take over. So let's have a quick look at the player spotlight from this particular team here. And that is going to be Strix. So, usually we bring a lot of attention to players like Binks, Sammy, but this time it's gonna be Strix. And see, I think you can tell us why.
I mean, he's one of the players who stuck around for the longest amount of time on this squad, with the exception of Binks, of course. And he's done that because he's consistently been one of the top fraggers of the team. This is irrespective of what agent he's on. Strix generally jet main, but ever since the addition of Sami to the team, as you can see, he's transitioned into that killjoy role. But even his killjoy, it's not necessarily the anchor killjoy. It's the proactive killjoy. He's very willing to take his aim and win those engagements to get his team more and more space across the map. That's really what sets him apart as a player, because he's the sort of player who's clearly shown that he has the versatility to make the changes necessary for his team to thrive, but he's not going to let go of his pure skill and talent when it comes to those aim battles, when it comes to the engagements. And that's really what they count on, because a day where Strix doesn't show up, the esports team doesn't just feel like the esports team.
All right, what are your thoughts on Strix here, Ripro?
Well, it is not a surprise at all, because being a killjoy main and still being on the player spotlight means that his playstyle does not echo that much of a defensive killjoy. It's about using those mollies to get himself onto positions into the site, cutting off those angles, choking off the enemy where they might be holding cheeky angles from, and using the utilities to flush them out while facilitating a push for his team. And that sort of proactiveness is something that might just lead them to victory today. So yeah, definitely a player to watch out for today.
All right, so the esports team, I think they're ready to make something happen. Now let's put a little bit of focus on the other team, and that is going to be Team FANGS. You got to prepare for the pack. They're going to be hounding for victory. Where did they come from? B2, Maverick. You see these names, you have seen them in the competitive scene. Smoke A. He has definitely turned heads once before. I do remember the chat going nuts because he was just so on form on that particular day. CA, let us know how Team Fangs has kind of performed through the qualifiers right up to this point.
So for me, looking at Team Fangs, it's all been about the pack of the players they are, right? The togetherness that they have, the coordination that they have comes together only because they've made sure to stick together and made sure to enable their win conditions. As you talked about, like Smokey, one example where the team sort of rallying around him to give him the space he needs on the jet that he's usual to pick up, to allow him to be much more flexible with the operator so that he can get into the comfort position. These sort of things only happen when a roster sticks together, because then they start understanding intricacies and nuances about each other, which helps them become that much better. And that's what I'm excited to see about Team Fangs in general. I think they're the sort of team that you can't really expect them to be mysterious or mystifying, but what they can do is pull off surprises in the game itself with respect to adaptation, with respect to what different compositions they can pull through, and with respect to how they face off differently against each team. They're a team that has shown that they're capable of multiple different things, and I'm excited to see which one comes out today.
All right, same question to you, Rip Bro. What are your thoughts on Team Fangs?
Well, it's a more of a question of how cohesive a team is versus the individual skill of the esports team. So whether or not Fangs' team coordination and chemistry is enough to see them through the day against these explosive players that we've already talked about, who are their opponents for tonight's match, is the question at this point. And given the fact that they do have a strong semblance of understanding between them and the cohesiveness that they've already shown throughout the qualifiers, I do believe that this sort of passion to be together as a team and stick together and execute on a plan together and do everything in that coordinated manner is going to see them through a lot of the rounds that they're going to play out tonight.
All right, let's move into the AMD Ryzen Radiant player spotlight and have a look at our feature for Team Fangs. And that is going to be Coley. So, CA, thoughts on Coley?
So the idea for any team that has stuck together is now to look towards the meta, right? Like as a team, we talked about this with respect to ROG Academy yesterday too. A team that is playing tactical needs to play the meta that is played in general across, because that's the discipline style of play. That's what I think of when I look at FANGS, and Kohli is the prime facilitator of all that. On the Astra, it's so important that you are in tune with exactly what your team is looking for across the map while making sure to not leave yourself off guard. Like you can't be caught off in the astral plane in the worst positions. And when I look at Kohli, the stats not so great, but the impact is what like really stands through. And that's why I think he's on the player spotlight, because the impact this player can have not just on the game, but on his itself, the motivation or the support that he can give by just being there is absolutely instrumental to their success. So I want to see how he keeps moving on in this fashion, because Astra players are pretty much right now in the meta dedicated Astra players. They're not going anywhere. They're going to be on that agent for like at least a few more months. So till then, he gets to explore this agent completely and become the best at it.
You know, that is so true. So far, the Astros that we have seen in this tournament has been absolutely insane. So, Ripro, thoughts on Kohli from Team Fangs?
Yeah, I feel like with being an Astro main for Kohli, he's going to be able to dictate the pace of the game a lot during attack. Her smokes are going to be the one that signals to the team that, hey, the sidelines are cut off. You need to push in now. Coupled with the gravity well and the concussion is going to allow him to really flush out a lot of the enemy team members holding on to defensive sides. On defense, however, he's going to be able to circumvent a lot of the aggressive pushes that we know that the esports team are going to be able to use against their opponents. And he's going to be instrumental in getting those pushes down, because Astra actually doubles as a sentinel because of the utility that she brings to the team as well. So that's a unique position for a controller to be in, and we're going to have to look at Kohli a lot to see this team through and facilitate those plays to be executed.
All right. So here's the question, right? Team Fangs going up against a team like the esports team, right? We know them, we know what they're capable of. CA, what do you think the plan and strategy would be for Team Fangs approaching this match?
It's actually kind of funny when you look at the entire day, because Enigma versus Samurai very similar to this again, where
Mhm.
the esports team very aggressive, very decisive, and for what I want from Fangs is what I wanted earlier today, just reactive gameplay. Like rely on each other, rely on the information that your team is giving you to then play reactively to what the esports team is doing. Because one thing you know for sure about the esports team is that they will not bow down from their style of gameplay. So use the information that you already have to your advantage to sort of punish them when they're good, and that works as a double-edged sword, where the esports team then start doubting themselves while struggling to do what they already know. They have to adapt in the moment, and that's where the coordination of Team Fangs can come out on top. Because when it comes to a game of pure chaos and pure adaptation, I think Team Fangs have got the edge.
All right. So, you know, if we're looking from the perspective of the esports team, what do you think their game plan is going to be, Ripro?
I feel like for them, they should have their key players like Sami and Binks really pull off their stride in the subsequent matches that we're going to be seeing them play in. They need to get those kills. They need to be up and front and center throughout the rest of the plays. They want to get these entry fraggers, these high risk, high reward players up and running as soon as possible. And once you have them in their stride, once the momentum is already built, it's really difficult to stop a team like that in its tracks. They're going to have to be looking at that sort of a strategy to pull out.
All right. Thank you guys so much for all the great analysis. Now, guys, I know you all are very excited to watch the match. Remember to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live. We'll be back very shortly. Casting today, it will be Ripro. You see it right here. And he will be joined with Assassin. So do stay tuned to that. And from the esports team, we have a little bit of a surprise. So do stay tuned when these messages come up. You are absolutely going to love it.
The three things that you don't know about me is, the first thing is I like to play piano. Since 14, I started playing piano. The second thing is I am a DJ. It's been around 3 years. I started as a DJ. And the third thing is I like to eat a lot. Like I would rather buy food than clothes. The three things that you don't know about me is, the first thing is I like to play piano. Since 14, I started playing piano. The second thing is I am a DJ. It's been around 3 years, I started as a DJ. And the third thing is, I like to eat a lot. Like, I would rather buy food than clothes.
Thank you over to the analyst desk for sending it us to the casters. I'm having to do a double hat here, so I just jumped from one desk to the other. But this is me, Red Brum, joined by Assassin 47. This is the TEC Gauntlet Season 1, powered by AMD and WD. We have an amazing match for you in our hands. It's Team FANGS, which is the esports team. So, Assassin, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, definitely. I mean, I'm very excited for this, considering the fact that we've got the esports team that are going to be playing today. Team FANGS particularly have been making waves in the scene as well, and they have been, they have been that team that are sort of rising from the shadows as well. They came out of nowhere, started popping off, and we know for a fact that they've got immense firepower in them as well. So this is definitely going to be a fragathon, and more about that has been already spoken on the analyst desk, where you guys broke down the entire, you guys broke down the entire stats and stuff as well for both of these teams. It particularly was interesting, and I can't wait to see what both of these teams have got in store for us for this specific best of 3.
All right, so let's head over to the map veto screen right away and get you straight into the action. We're going to start off with everyone's favorite, Ascent. The map for so many teams to prove their team coordination. It's such a map where you have to have mid control, and you have so many avenues of attack that the defensive coordination that you want to hold has to be a very disciplined line. And it's going to be interesting to see how the esports team actually uses that to their advantage to try and cause a little bit of a chaos on Team FANGS' side. But what do you think about the map lineup that we have going for today, Assassin?
Well, I particularly think that, it kind of is definitely favoring both of these teams here, because Haven is one map that Team FANGS love to play. Split is a map that the esports team kind of love to play as well. And Ascent is sort of like, it sort of lies in the middle as well, where both of these teams quite a lot. Especially if you consider Team FANGS, they have had a strong hold on the map of Ascent as well over the course of time. The same can be said about the esports team, but it always has been that on and off relationship as well for them. Their best map, like I would say the esports team love to play the map of Split. And I can't wait to see what they're going to do in map number 2. But for map number 1 here, we do have them starting off on the attack. So the esports team have to eke out as many rounds as possible. And looking at the agent selection coming in from both of these teams, it looks like that someone has done their homework. And it definitely is the esports team, because they know for a fact that Team FANGS, right, they always tend to bring out this Astra as well onto Kohli. And CA and everyone else did talk about this as well on the analyst desk. Because see, Kohli, right, he's that one versatile player, and he's that one player that always tends to frag as well as uses utilities at the same time.
Right. So that is something that we're going to definitely look forward to in this particular game. As you see, like the pickup that the players have already done, it's really suited to the meta. You have the Astra pickup, you have the Killjoy pickup, but for the esports team, really interesting pickup to see that there's only one duelist, and we've already seen this in the VCT Masters Reykjavik tournament that the teams are more favorable. They're more comfortable running a duelist in place of a, they're not playing the double duelist. They want to switch up an initiator in that second duelist's place. So how do you think that the esports team are going to be able to use that to actually, drive the advantage home against Team FANGS?
Well, to be honest, we are seeing this sort of a trend as well, right? It's like the meta where you have, less and less number of duelists present in the team. And you kind of play around with the idea of having a lot of controllers, a lot of initiators in order to, just open up that space as well, open up that avenue for the team in order to get that run going on to their favor. Now, in terms of the esports team, I'm not really sure how exactly this is going to work out, because right off the bat, we have been seeing them, use their agents in a way where they have got immense firepower on them in terms of Bings and Strix and Sami. Now with Sami coming into the team as well, Strix has sort of made his way towards that support role as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing, Sami having a good time on that duelist role as well from the side of Team Esports team.
So it looks to be that TET are now pushing on towards B-Main. It's a really aggressive for FANGS. He's going to use that arrow. Gets Bings right out the get-go with that shock dart. And Sami dashes in towards the site. It's going to be a really aggressive peek out from him. He does get FANGS near that area. Bad Love takes down Cactus as well. And now the esports team have full control over B-side. Maverick is in that boathouse area. He's going to get taken down by Bad Love. And the spike is going to go down. The retake is on. It's going to be a 2v4 scenario. Smoke A along with his teammate Goalie. Once trying to facilitate this.
Yes, Smoker is gonna try and move in from the first stage as well. Looks like he might just be able to get himself a frag. Yes, he does. That's gonna be Sammy going down. A 2 vs 3 situation in Smoker. My goodness, this guy has already started popping up, by the way. Getting himself these nutty shots through the walls and whatnot. Alright then, Smoker, we all are watching you, don't worry. You definitely are gonna be the one to, sort of stand out as well from the side of FANGS. But all in all, it was a good pistol execute coming out from the side of the Esports team. And in my opinion, Bad Love and his Astral usage, right? I kind of think that is going to be one of the game changers for this specific match, because it truly is amazing to see Bad Love, placing down all of these Astral stars. And on top of that, just one duelist capitalizing on all of these utilities coming in.
Right, and there's going to be another one going on to A main. The Esports team now diversifying up their strategy here. Sami using that Spectre rushing, and there is the recon dart on towards Maverick and Cactus. But they're gonna rush in forward, but FANGS, they're gonna pick up 3 quick kills though. Cactus falls to Strix's Spectre. But it's gonna be a slower push coming in. My goodness, Edit99 with a nasty shock dart towards Coley near that box area. Takes him down. They're gonna try and probe and prod through this A main area. They do not want to take any risks. They're constantly rotating towards that spawn side. They're now gonna try and entertain a push on towards B. 3 members of Team FANGS are now concentrated near that A site area. They're anticipating a push, but now 2 members are now cautiously moving on towards B, anticipating a push over there. They do have a clear site to work with here. The recon dart is out. The information is gonna be out that no one is holding that particular angle. They're gonna get the spike plant down. It's an interesting situation, 2v3. Winnable for FANGS, but don't count out these players yet.
That's true though. I mean, it truly is gonna be a challenge for them as well, right? To go ahead and win out the specific round. The Esports team, we do have B2 coming in with that flank, so most probably he should be able to get himself the frag on towards Binks. No, not happening, as Binks is gonna be eyeing the B main spot as well. And both of these players have got an incredible crossfire setup for themselves, where both of them are just watching each other's backs. We are going to be seeing Smoker, who's going to be completely blind as bad. It's going to be all down to Edit99, and the Sova main is going to go ahead and pop off onto his Mavericks. It's just going to bounce it on towards him and take him down as well. 2-0 as the Esports team. They managed to pull off that 2 vs 3 situation, and I guess they did it in a fashionable way as well, Red Bro.
Definitely they did. The duo of Edit99 along with his teammate Binks, they were able to circumvent that push. They used the Breach Flash and the Sova utilities so well during that fight, really driving away that 3-man retake coming out from Team FANGS, and now they sit comfortably in a 2-0 lead. They're gonna go for the save round as well. No, they're not actually going to go for the save round. They actually have 3 Vandals on the board for them. They want to take this fight to Team FANGS in their first buy round. They really don't want to drop a round here. They're contemplating a push on towards A main. They know that the Astro utilities are going to be there. You already see the stars positioned near that A main area. You have the Killjoy already set up near that under heaven area. Smoke A, he's not going to move anywhere. He's not going to move an inch. He's going to wait for the alarm bot to get a ping off before using that. But the Astral Wall is going to prove a little bit... It's going to be a little bit detrimental to that plan. They're not going to have that information near that area, but the Killjoy turret does spot out the push. Now they have the signal that the push is there. Smoke A holding that angle. The spike plant is going down. He might have heard it. He's going to push out for it. He gets Sami and the spray transfer to get Strix as well. And that's going to mean a whole lot of trouble for the Esports team. FANGS, they're in a really good position here. B2 takes down Bad Love. It's only 2 members for the Esports team. Edit99 gets picked out through the smoke. So does Binks by Maverick. And oh my goodness, that was such a well-coordinated play coming out from FANGS. The Killjoy turret signaling the fact that the ultimate... They did push in towards A main, and they got the spike plant down through the Astral Wall. They heard it, and they pushed in really, really well. Amazing stuff coming out from Smoke A. He was the cornerstone. He was the catalyst for that particular retake coming out from FANGS.
Totally agree, man. Like, the Esports teams is execute over towards the A side, right? Kind of got a little bit too predictable, in my opinion. I mean, as soon as you said, right, as you did mention that the Astral Stars were placed over towards the A side, and on top of that, the Cosmic Divide did come in as well. And that kind of gave away the entire setup from the Esports team. And Team FANGS, what a retake. I mean, that coordination, that synergy to move in together as a unit in that retake, though, was something so insane as well to watch. And Smoker always popping off, man. The guy, no matter he's on a duelist, no matter he's on a sentinel role, this guy always tends to frag, and that's exactly what his job is in the team as well. Look at him just go over towards the middle position with a goddamn Killjoy. pushing into the enemy lines. And I guess Strix, he's not going to be able to stay alive for too long. And it's going to be Smoker to try and move in once again. But Maverick is going to be the one to try and fight and get that kill as well. I guess FANGS, they sort of have like an insider competition going on. Like who exactly is going to be at the top of the board at the end of this specific map.
It seems like after the third round retake, the new second wind breathe of a new life has been breathed into FANGS at this point. The way that they push down on towards mid, just shredding the attack coming from the esports team apart, and they pushing up against the attacking team as a defender. That just goes to show that the body language, the confidence that they're now embodying in their playstyle is just so good that they feel okay with taking the fight to their opponents. And for the esports team, that must have been a very jarring round to actually combat against, but they do have the assault rifles for this team, for this particular round. They do need to win this out because they might just get forced into an eco if they do lose this one out. FANGS though, they're sitting at a very comfortable position in that, in terms of the economy. The Hunter's Fury is gonna spot out Maverick here. He gets tagged one, but the spray through the smoke is gonna unfortunately pick off Bad Love before they even see the face of the site. Sami is already there. He's gonna be joined by the rest of his teammates near that A main area. The Hunter's Fury comes down from Maverick. He's trying to find someone near that area, but it might have been just a tad bit too early as the defender Killjoy ultimate is down right now. It's going to push a lot of the members of the esports team out of that A site. They need to wait for it here, but FANGS B2 is sitting in their A main area, waiting for that rotation coming out. And what an amazing usage and coordination of utility. We've been talking about this unified approach that FANGS has in terms of their gameplay style, the way that they coordinate amongst themselves, and it's really shining through the past 3 rounds.
Man, this is like the second time that B2 is coming in with a flank, and I guess it's finally time for the esports team to realize that, hey, we gotta have someone towards the flank, or, the Killjoy utility has to be up as well in order to watch out for the flank, because we can't afford to let this happen every single round, correct? And the way these guys went in for that retake as well, my god. Maverick, every single goddamn time, through the smoke, manages to get himself a kill or two. That is something that, you always tend to get excited about from the side of Team FANGS. Every single time, these guys, they just randomly out of the blue get some insane stuff done in a round, and you all go like, damn, what the hell just happened?
What just happened indeed, and it looks to be that the esports team are now playing a more conservative approach. Cactus though getting a cheeky shot off towards that at 9-9 in their A area. What are you doing, Cactus? Oh my goodness, that is decimation, and it's gonna spell doom for the esports team's attack at this point. Only 2 members surviving, Sami and Strix. It's gonna be up to them to try and salvage a little bit of economic prowess from this round here. Smoke A though, he's not letting anyone on towards A side this game. Sami, he has the knives out. He has the spike right in front of him. The spike pickup is going to signal to Smoke A that he's already there, but he's just not quick enough to get him, though. Picks up the Vandal, anticipates a push in from A heaven, but there's no one there. They're already going to push in from short and main. He's going to get flanked down really quickly. He there has to get the spike plant down, or risk getting shot out like that from B2. B2, he has been superb on the flank every single time he's been able to find at least one member of the esports team near that A main area, which is kind of strange because given the fact that esports team, they're pushing on towards these sites, they're just not watching the flanks close enough, and they're always getting enveloped by these flankers coming out from FANGS. Maybe it's time to like watch their backs a little bit.
I guess, as I said, right, the esports team are slowly but surely gonna realize the fact that, these are the things that FANGS are coming up with. So we possibly have to, bring out some sort of a switcheroo in our setup, guys. Otherwise, Team FANGS is just gonna eat us alive, as is their logo as well, right? So you never know when they are gonna, just pop off like that. To be honest, Team FANGS, in my opinion, they have been running a sort of a decent setup. Like, it's not rocket science, but at the same time, their read, right? Their read on each and every move that is being made from the side of the esports team is something that is to be appreciated for as well. Like that read as well coming in from them, the instant mid-round calls and the rotations that are being made are all very interesting for a team like Team FANGS. And a lot of credit it does go down to their coach as well, who has been putting down a lot of work into just sharpening up all of these strats for them, and just getting the team together as a unit to play
right
and get that coordination and synergy in as well.
And what I like about Team Fangs' playstyle is that they're using the potential of the map Ascent to its greatest. They're using that mid control to really get themselves into advanced positions against the esports team. As Smoke A, again, takes down Sami. His aim has been absolutely on point throughout the rest of this game, and you already see Cactus pushing through that B main area with an operator. You don't really see that more often. You don't really see that often in a game like this. Bad Love, though, finds Fangs finds B2 near that mid-market area, and it's all gonna be up to Maverick in that B-short area to try, that boathouse area to try and circumvent that push. But Cactus, flying around the world through B main with the operator, finds the last person on the site. It looks to be that I feel like the esports team, they're piling resources onto one side, and that's completely fine. They want to go in for that hard and fast initiate sort of play style, but they really need to watch their backs a little bit more. Fangs, they're just having a field day out there in mid, getting control of it really easily, getting the jump on the players from the behind, and it's just spelling doom for the esports team every single time they push onto a site. They have to deal with 2 or 3 members of Fangs coming in from the backside, and it's going to basically divide their attention away from you, right? And it's gonna derail a lot of the focus that you might have on towards the attacking side. They need to pick up this one as well.
Yeah, we do have Cactus onto the operator, so we might just be seeing him, getting himself multiple frags this specific round. It is an eco for the esports team, so I'm not going to be surprised if Cactus goes out and gets himself that multi-kill as well as promised. I'm going to be seeing Sami, on the other hand, popping off in a well position. Does take down Kohli, and that is going to be a very expensive pick-off coming in for Team Fangs, because Kohli is that player who's going to, sort of bind them together as well when it comes to a retake, because the astral abilities, they are very important when it comes down to these crucial retake situations as well. We are going to be seeing Sami, who's going to be quite low. So usually is going to be down to Bings and the rest of the players as well. And see, this is exactly what I was about to point out as well, right, Red Bro? The amount of map control Fangs are taking up. It's like free real estate for them. They're just going ahead, claiming lands, and they are wrecking havoc on towards the esports team. I'm not really sure why exactly that is happening. Like the esports team, they have absolutely no control around the map. And that is disheartening, because in a map like Ascent, where you have the opportunity to, go ahead, come in with incredible flanks, surprise the enemy team as well while they're trying to make an execute happen. And on top of that, the esports team are already struggling to get that execute in on towards a particular side. So what I kind of think so is that they should try and, go in for some sort of a split approach, or maybe just, I don't know, spread out across the map, try and take some map control. Because what we have been noticing is that Team Fangs, if they see one particular part of the map empty, right, they just make that push. Yeah. They make the push, they claim control, and they come in with a flank.
Oh, Cactus a little bit too risky with that push right now, though. They knew that no one was pushing on towards B-Man, and as you rightly said, they claim that space, and it gets paid, and he has to pay for it with his life. Kohli, though, in a really weird position here. He gets taken down by Bings with a running gun of the Spectre. Maverick is the person holding that mid-market area, and for the first time in a very long time, the esports team looked to be in total control over their playstyle, using that attacker killjoy ultimate to great success here to push themselves on towards the site and get advanced positions. B2, along with his teammate, Smoke A, these two players have been properly performing for Fangs at this point, and it's going to be up to them to get this retake done.
So, in a 2 versus 4 situation, it looks like that Fangs, they got quite a task ahead of themselves. Trix is low, and I guess so is Bings. Shouldn't have a problem taking them down, but right now B2, all he can try and do is maybe dish out some damage on towards the economy from the side of the esports team, and yeah, B2 is actually doing that. A triple already, looking for the quad. Maybe Strix is gonna get taken down. Both of these players are gonna die to the spike as well, if I'm not wrong. Or are they gonna try and move in from the second lanes? Oh yeah, they definitely are. B2 is gonna hear both of them out, and that is gonna be Edit 99 going down. Strix is gonna run for his life, and I guess B2 is gonna catch him while he's trying to cross over towards the other side. And never mind. Not gonna happen. Strix is gonna be watching that angle, and he's got his crosshair placement straight to the face. That's gonna be B2 going down. But, Red Bro, the important factor is that B2, he took down a lot of players. And when I say a lot, I mean 4. So that is a lot of economy done on the side of the esports team. So they're gonna struggle if they don't manage to eke out rounds together now.
Yeah, I feel like that was a very important play from B2 coming out at the end of that particular round, preventing the esports team from building up a snowball advantage with the win that they just got after a 6-round loss streak. Cactus, again, we see him pushing up aggressively near that main area, takes down Banks and dashes away to safety. That's gonna mean a lot of attacking threat removed from the side of the esports team. It's never good to lose your breach at the onset of the round without using the utilities properly first though. Cactus in another position already as the astral wall goes down. The Killjoy turret is gonna hold that particular angle. FANGS B2 is now in a very, very aggressive position. They know that Sami is in that cloudburst area. He's gonna get that headshot off and retreat safely into that astral wall, using it to their advantage here. The shock darts are gonna get rained down towards that main area. Strix is dangerously low. He uses the swarm grenade. He's gonna get tagged by his own swarm grenade. The recon bolt is there, prompting a push out from Smoke A and B2. A little bit of nerves being shown by the esports team at this point, as that was a very, very shaky attack. And FANGS, my goodness, the team play, the coordination, the usage of the utility has been absolutely top notch throughout the entire game, and that's why they're rewarded for a resounding 7-3 scoreline.
My goodness, I'm not really sure why the esports team is just announcing their presence and announcing their plays that are going to be made as well on towards a particular site. They have to bring in that versatile gameplay, otherwise they're just being way too easy to read. By the way, like, you see that cosmic divide popping up, the Killjoy, that is Smoker from the side of Team FANGS, he knows already where the plant is going to come in. He has already got that nanostorm grenade ready over there, and all he has to wait for is the plant to come in and delay the time for the esports team to, sort of go in for that plant as well. With a minute and 15 seconds left on the clock, right now we are going to be seeing that man advantage neutralized as well. And 3 of the ultimates ready from the side of Team FANGS. Not to mention, the Cosmic Divide is up, so Kohli, he might just, bring in some sort of a surprise for us if the esports team manage to get onto a site and plant the spike.
They do have the 2 sheriffs in hand. That's gonna mean that they have to take fights really, really carefully. Bad Love, though, does not really care about the fact that he's going up against a Vandal with a sheriff. Gets the headshot of his counterpart. Kohli has been taken down, but he's gonna get spotted out by recon darts left, right, and center. Maverick, though, is gonna get taken down by Sammy, but he does take out Edit99, a very important member for the esports team. Cactus, though, patiently watching with his operator on towards that mid side, and oh my goodness, Bad Love using the Astra utilities to full effect, dodging out the operator here, but B2 is going to be there with the Empress near that mid-market area. He's going to take down 1. Is he going to be able to take down 2? No. He promptly retreats back towards B main as 2 members of the esports team are now on site. They're getting the spike plant down. It's a 2v2. It's anyone's round at this point.
It can go either ways, by the way, as you did say. But at the same time, I guess with B2 coming in with the flank once again, things might take a little bit of a turn. How much is the Empress left out, though? Yes, not that long. So maybe what the esports team are going to try and do is wait for that Empress to go away, so that they don't have that additional advantage moving into this retake. The problem is that Cactus is still holding on to that operator, but B2, the man, the myth, the beast, he's just going to go ahead, get himself a frag on towards Battler, and I guess Cactus is going to switch guns, but not happening as Sammy. He had that advantage. He had the position advantage. He's just going to dash back and forth behind the default boxes. And he's going to try and get that final frag as well. 7-4, ladies and gentlemen, as the esports team, they are going to try and put up that 5th round of the board, Red Bro. And once they move on to the defense, might be possible that they're going to come out with a bang.
Definitely. Their team is a team composition that is both good in attack and on defense. They just need to play a little bit more as a unit and be more cohesive as a team, because I feel like all these players, even though they're playing individually really, really well, I mean, they're trying to play really, really well. They're just kind of struggling against the team coordination of FANGS at this point. But if they do fix up the strategy, they watch all the corners of the map, and they gain a bit more map control from FANGS, they're going to be able to win out a few of the wins. Cactus gets that shot off on towards the enemy Sova. He's going to have to retreat back towards A short, and now we're seeing a more calculated approach coming out from the esports team, and this is what we wanted to see here. They're baiting out Cactus's shots with the utilities, with the shoulder peaks, and they're trying to get the positioning of the operator before making that push. B2, though, is really in a very good position here, posted up near that garden area. He's already joined by Smoking on the right side, and the FANGS, they want to lock down this A side. They really don't want the esports team to push on and plant the spike.
Oh, there you go. That's going to be Cactus and B2. Both of them activating themselves, and I guess it's going to be Sammy to try and get the trade. It's going to be a little too late, though, because two of the players have already fallen down from the side of the Esports team. Smokey comes in with the nanos from Rain in order to get himself the kill onto his Vincent, I guess. There's absolutely nothing that Sammy can do at this point. It get taken down by two players trying to pounce in on towards him as well. 8-4 as the defender's side is going to go into the favor of Team FANGS, ladies and gentlemen. 8 rounds on the defender's side. Something that we do expect out of the teams in this specific map, because this is the defender's side of map, correct, Red Bro? At the same time, what I do think so is that for the esports team, right, they kind of tend to struggle on the attack because of their composition as well. So I've noticed this, most of the Indian teams as well, right? They tend to kind of struggle on the attack with that single duelist setup because they're still experimenting with it, right? I mean, I guess there are only a few teams out there that have mastered the single duelist setup in the country. But most of the other teams, they're still trying to experiment. They're still, you know, picking and prodding here and there. And what I noticed was that Sammy was actually not able to open up space for the team that much. Like, they were always getting, you know, getting taken down while they're trying to execute. And FANGS, they already had a lot of control across the side for the retake.
I guess they were not expecting the fact that FANGS would be picking up so many pushes and just picking up so much space all across the map as the defensive rounds showed up. Like you said, in terms of the attack, the esports team had a lot to be desired, but for FANGS, it was not really a defensive round either. The way that they were so aggressively pushing up against the esports team kind of left a question mark in all of the viewers and our minds as well. Like, which team is attacking and which team is defending at this point? Because it looked to be a swap out of roles at that point, but FANGS B2, my goodness, this man has been on point throughout the entire game, and you can already see it in the momentum that he's built out for himself. He's sitting at 18 kills for himself right now. Take down Sammy near that A short area, and taking out a defender in that area is going to mean that the esports team, they have to pull in another resource to cover that angle, which means they're going to have another site space open, allowing FANGS to get that free real estate, as you've already said. Bad Love, though, contemplating the push out towards that area. Bad Love taking down FANGS B2 in Catwalk. That's going to be a very, very valuable kill. But both these teams, they want to play it safe. No one's taking any risks so far.
Yeah, I guess B2 kind of slept off in that specific situation right there. A little bit too sleepy because of all the practice to be done against the esports team. Well, that specific practice is definitely showing off. But I guess it's going to be all down to Kohli now in a 1 versus 3 situation, and this is going to be a bit tough for him as well. He's going to try and go in for that burst fire, but, well, nothing to be done about, because 3 of these players are just going to take you down, jump on towards you without any issues whatsoever. It's going to be Binks to close it out in the 5th round of the board for the esports team. And we did talk about this, right, Red Bro? Like, once the esports team move over towards the defender's side, things are going to get a lot better for them, because their composition mostly, you know, sort of bends over towards the defender side with the added amount of utilities and whatnot.
Right, definitely. They're going to be looking to use that to their advantage so far throughout this game to try and claw themselves out. But the way that you go into the second half with an 8-4 deficit does do a little bit of damage to your nerve game. And if they can circumvent that, if they can overcome that and understand that, hey guys, we need to defend as a unit at this point. We need to be cohesive. We need to be disciplined, hold the line, and play default and not over-rotate. They're going to be able to circumvent a lot of the pushes coming out from FANGS, because we've already seen how brilliant FANGS were on defense. It's all a question of how they are on attack. Will they be able to pull out the same amount of coordination, same amount of map control that they've shown us already in the first half? Will they be able to carry it forward for the second half, or will they struggle against the esports team? That remains a question at this point. Tactical timeouts already done. Both these teams are going to have to go back to the drawing board and try and figure out what is going on for either of these teams at this point, and try and shore up the defenses, shore up the gaps and the cracks in their strategies to try and get the best rounds possible. It is in the balance at this point. The 8-5 scoreline can easily turn into an 8-all between these two teams. The esports team, they are very capable of making this comeback, and we'd do a massive disservice if we were to count either of these teams out at this point. So it's clearly anyone's game. So we're really excited to get back into the action so far for the 14th round of this game.
Very excited indeed. It's going to be Sammy to try and get out over towards the short position, but at the same time, FANGS are sort of trying to contest mid as well. I like this, by the way. You know, taking mid control is something that FANGS love to do on the map of Ascent. They've done it in the past in their defense side, and I guess on the attack it is going to be no different. Cactus single-handedly moves in towards the B side, opens up the site for the team, and the spike has already been planted. The specific aggressive play being made by FANGS might just come into their pockets as well. I'm not gonna lie, if they do tend to get that 9th round of the board, we're all gonna be surprised right now. Badlove is coming in flank, and Kohli is gonna be completely blind. I guess Badlove comes in with a triple to save the round for Team Esports team. It's gonna be B2 left on a 1 versus 3. Nothing much to do. By the way, look at the HP coming in from two of the players, Sammy and Badlove. Like, one bullet and both of them could have gotten taken down.
Yep, but it looked to be Badlove coming in huge from the flank, getting 3 kills, and really setting up success for his team that looked to be FANGS' round. When they had that early kill on towards B side, so, I mean, when Cactus pushed in onto that B switch area, it looked to be that FANGS were in complete control of that site. However, Binks using that flash near that B main area allowed that flank coming out from Badlove and allowing him to get those 3 crucial kills, literally putting a stopper in the defensive hole that FANGS were doing to protect the spike coming in for the retake. And they do shorten the gap at this point, and it's gonna be up to them to continue on with this momentum. We do see Sami in an aggressive position right now. He's gonna get spotted out by the Killjoy turret. Sami and Edit 9-9 picking up 2 quick kills near that A main area. The Astral Gravity Well facilitating that for his team. And oh my goodness, it's gonna be really difficult for FANGS to attack without their controller.
Things are gonna be really tough for FANGS because of Kohli's absence, and I guess with Smoker going down as well, the retake is gonna be a bit of a problem. For now, B2 is trying to do something over towards the A mains. Maybe get into the frag on towards Sami. Sami, is he gonna go in for the white peak? Yes, he does. He does go in for the jiggle peak, by the way, and the Astral Star is gonna be placed as well, which is gonna catch a B2 off guard. We're seeing a 2 versus 5 situation, and Cactus is kind of struggling. He's gonna be picked off by 3 different players, and I guess make it 4 as Binks also chimes in. What the hell is happening towards the tree room area? As the tree room, it suddenly turns out to be a graveyard for Sami.
My goodness, what was that chaos erupting near that garden area? And Maverick is gonna finally fall to that gravity well put out by Badlove. That was an insane kill zone set up by the esports team. Now we finally see them finding their stride in terms of the team coordination that we've desperately wanted to see from them. And FANGS, they're now struggling to break this wall that esports team has put up in defense. And it's turning out to be a really exciting game. 8-7 on the scoreboard. FANGS, they're gonna go for a force buy at this point. They're gonna go for a half buy, in fact, at this point. They want to take this round. They want to inflict as much economic damage as possible on towards the esports team. Sami has picked up that operator though, posting up towards that A short area. The rest of the team of FANGS, they're now pushing in towards that B main area. They do not want to peek on towards A main. They know that there's an operator. They do not have the weaponry to try and protect that. The attacker Killjoy ultimate is gonna go down. It's all gonna be up to them to try and circumvent this. It's gonna be a really explosive round, a really expensive round coming out from FANGS. They have to make this work. The Leers are coming out, the gravity well coming out. 2 players already detained by the Killjoy ultimate. Cactus getting concussed and sucked into that gravity well. That's not gonna stop FANGS pushing onto this site, using the Killjoy ultimate to great effect. Binks at 4 HP. Badlove is now stuck in near that switch area. They have the utility to work with. The Cosmic Divide is ready. Are they gonna use that though? They do have the alarm bot set up. It's gonna get spotted out by that. Badlove trying desperately to find a flank, a wall bang on towards the site. 5 members of FANGS already on towards B main. They know where the Astra is. Sami gets Maverick, but Smoke A picks up Sami with that Spectre as the Cosmic Divide cuts off the rest of the B boat area, and chaos erupts in this particular site, but the attackers are the ones surviving and they're the ones left standing at the end of the day. Cactus being the last man. And my goodness, that was just a super messy round coming out from both these teams. And FANGS, they're gonna breathe a huge sigh of relief to be the one standing.
That round had chaos written all over it, by the way. So chaotic, like not even gonna lie. The way both of these teams were just trying to gain control back and forth, trying to get as much advantage as possible. It truly was a bloodbath, but at the same time, really happy with the performance both of them have been putting up, by the way. None of them are giving up, and none of them want to lose this map of Ascent as well. To set up the right momentum right off the bat is very important, I guess. FANGS did a pretty good job, and they are doing a pretty good job as well. Once again, we are going to be seeing that execute being made over towards the A side, and I guess it's time for Bad Love to start placing the stars as well.
The contemplated push of the Lear goes down. It's going to prompt the push coming out from the gravity well, and the concussion is ready from the Astra, though. They're not going to push in towards that. 2 Lears have already been used up. 4 seconds on the board for the recon dart. They're going to push in on towards that mid-side area with a rotation. We already have 4 members of the esports team near that A area, promptly rotating on towards that B side. We do have Strix holding B main with the Killjoy gadgets in tow. The Astra Star was there. It has been taken back, as you can see on the minimap. And FANGS now, again, they push on towards A. They go in from short. Sami finds Coley from the back, coming in silently from mid. The silent assassin, Sami, gets 1 kill on towards a team member of FANGS. But FANGS, though, they're not really bothered by that. They push on towards A side, and Sami is now left here. He picks up the Phantom. He has the knives out in tow. He's gonna be, you have to be really careful here. Is right there with the headshot, and Maverick again following up that kill on towards Strix near that A heaven area. My goodness, both these teams are just so invested in one-upping each other in terms of the flanks, in terms of the bamboos, in terms of the outplays that we're seeing so far. It's just so entertaining to watch here, Assassin. Like as you said, none of these teams, they don't not want to give up an inch, and momentum is extremely important in a best of 3 series, especially when the game's balance just goes around and like a pendulum, like we've already seen throughout this game. In this first half, we saw domination coming out from FANGS. In the second half, the esports team looked to be finding their stride a little bit and making FANGS struggle for the wins. But right now, FANGS look to be in the comfortable seat again, as they have another 3-round lead carved out for themselves. 10-7, only 3 rounds to go before they can seal off the first game. Will they be able to do it? I don't know, but the fact of the matter is that this match is shaping up to be quite the exciting one.
Through that, and even if you see that instant replay, right, that just played up a few seconds ago, you would see these deadly peaks coming out from the side of Team FANGS. Like, you know, these crouch peaks, we're going to be seeing these players just slide in and get that cross-up placement straight to the face. It all shows that Team FANGS, they have done their homework and they have come prepared to be facing against the esports team. But the esports team, on the other hand, it's not like they haven't done their homework, but at the same time, they just look a little bit too clueless sometimes when, you know, FANGS just together as a unit move into towards a specific side and just, you know, pouncing on towards them. When that happens, the esports team kind of tend to, like, you know, steamroll out of control.
And that steamroll is what they want to be actually doing at this point. But for defense, it's really difficult because FANGS right now, they're the ones who are dictating the pace of the game, and you see a more of a reactive playstyle coming out from the esports team. The attacker Killjoy ultimate goes down, covering the entire site at this point. That's going to remove a lot of the utility that Strix has posed himself up for in that particular site, but it's going to get taken down though. And it's going to be that FANGS, they have to wait a little bit longer before they can make that push on towards the side. B2 though, again, getting himself into these advanced angles. How does he do this? How does he go in, secure, and secure like these pockets of the map where they really should have been someone spotting him approaching? And he gets himself into those angles, he gets the kills, and that just means that for the defenders, chaos is being strewn all across the board for them as they try and figure out where the attackers are gonna go. You see that 2 members of the esports team are now on towards that A side, but all members of FANG, they're going aggressively on towards B.
Yeah, I mean, this split approach, it is working out for FANGS, and I guess it's gonna keep working as long as all of these fraggers from the side of Team FANGS are up and running, namely Maverick, who has just got himself a triple that specific round to put up the 11 on the board for FANGS. Oh man, being an initiator, to just have the courage to go up close and personal, get all of these frags left, right, and center, connect these headshots, and take down these behemoths from the side of the esports team is something that is truly to be appreciated for, and Maverick doing a fantastic job right there, buddy. Every single player from the side of Team FANGS is popping off. If you just look at the scoreboard as well, right? 22 frags, 18 frags, 17 frags. It's just Cody who is, you know, sort of struggling in terms of the fragging department, but at the same time, it's understandable because the guy is putting in a lot of work when it comes to putting the utilities at the right time, you know, removing the utilities and, you know, coming out with some sort of an interesting play as well, coming out with bamboozling plays, trying to sort of create that mirage effect as well on towards the esports team, making them think that hey, the execute is coming somewhere else, whereas it has already come in over towards B. And the cosmic divide is gonna be up. This is gonna make life for the esports team a living hell.
At this point, they now know that B main area is not realistically pushable. Sami contemplating a push with a shorty on towards Smoke A. Is the Cloudburst gonna go away though?
Yes, it should. Anyway, Bad Love is trying to move in as well. We are going to be seeing him taking down his damage. This is going to be slowly going down. Bad Love looking for more, but the defense Killjoy. That lockdown is going to drive B2 out of the site as well, and that might just give Edit 99 the time to go ahead and stick the defuse. But I don't think so. There's enough time. It's going to be Edit to get the half defuse in. Nah, never mind. The half defuse isn't even going to come in as B2 is going to move in and take him down as well. And with that, both of them are going to get taken down to the spike, but doesn't even matter, man, because like it's like the match point put up for Team FANGS, and the way they have been playing, it's not gonna lie, very impressive, and I'm absolutely loving this.
B2 and Smoke A just trying to get that sort of small space near that B main area where you can dodge out the spike. Neither of them coming out alive. That was just such an amazing turnaround. But like at this point, the esports team, they have to go in for aggressive plays really hard because they do not have the weaponry, they do not have the ultimates to try and circumvent this push, they do not have the Killjoy ultimate. The Breach ultimate is there. Banks will have to use it on towards the pushing side, but he's nowhere near A main as FANGS are now taking control of the side. Bad Love with a crucial kill on towards B2 that might just push, that might just facilitate a successful retake coming out from them. They know that they're pushing into a short. They have the ultimates now. The Breach ultimate comes down, the Hunter's Fury comes down, Bad Love and Edit 99 picking up 2 crucial kills on towards FANGS. The aggression is on from the esports team. They're going in ham here. Wine has been checked by Sami, but Maverick was holding on to that A main area, and Smoke A gets taken down. They don't even get the spike plan off, and this is what I was saying, Assassin. They need to play aggressive. They need to take the fight to FANGS in this particular round because they did not have the weaponry. They had the Rolling Thunder of the Breach, and they used that to perfection along in tandem with the Hunter's Fury. And it's 12-8 on the scoreboard. Every single round up till the 12th round for the esports team is going to be do or die. So we're going to have to see a lot of desperate plays coming out. Very high risk, high reward play styles being brought out by all these players. It's game one on the line for them.
Totally agree on that, Red Bro. And I guess, you know, these desperate plays are sort of going to reward them as well, is what I think. Like, playing aggressive, as you said, playing aggressive is something that team, the esports team, have to come up with as well. Otherwise, things are going to take a big turn, and they in turn are going to lose out the map as well. FANGS, on the other hand, they have capitalized on every single avenue that the esports team gave them on their attack. And I guess the esports team, it's time for them to return the favor. Maybe, you know, based on top of the information that Edit 99 is providing them every single round, you can just make the push on towards a particular site and a particular part of the map and try and come in with some sort of entertaining play. But look at Bangs. He's gonna just sleep off while trying to hold on over towards the middle position, and I guess that is gonna be a hefty kill coming in for Cactus. Oh, never mind, he gets himself another one. That's an added bonus. And B2 on the other hand, with the spike, he's trying to move it over towards the A side. Once again, this split approach, look at this. So much map control. They have control towards 3 room, they have control towards A mains. They've got a lot of control. Now the thing is that in the 3 vs 4 situation, the esports team, their chances of getting this retake done relies on how exactly the Cosmic Divide is going to be placed as well. And I guess the Cosmic Divide is definitely going to come in.
It might just come in. This is a do or die round for them. They do have the 3 Vandals in hand. The ultimate, the only ultimate is first for the Astra. Bad Love, unfortunately, does not check that generator side. Gets taken down by B2. Maverick takes down Sami, but Strix is going to be the only sole survivor near that A site area. A short door is off for him right now. They do have it coming in. He's sticking the defuse. He's going to be able to get it before being taken down by Smoke A. And the esports team live to fight another day by the skin of their teeth. My goodness. A delayed push coming out from FANGS towards the esports team with their 9th round of the game, and this match is just far from over. But we do have a bye round coming in from FANGS, so it's gonna be up to the esports team to try and circumvent this dangerous team as well.
Look at that instant replay, man. The ninja defuse, pros don't fake, and it's definitely true. Strix is gonna go ahead and stick it up, and I guess FANGS, they kind of made a bit of a mistake. Like, the afterplan positions were a bit iffy for them, but it's completely fine. I guess they still have a chance at, you know, going ahead and getting themselves the 13th round of the board, the specific round. It is a full buy round for them, so economy-wise, they really don't have a problem. But they do have a problem when it comes to Sami and his operator. So if that operator tends to go ahead and pop off, then I guess we might just see an overtime as well, Red Bro. You never know.
Overtime is just what we want to see in this because both these teams have been playing out of their minds so far. Sami gets the kill on towards Cactus near that A short area. Now they have the information that the operators is holding that angle. They do not want to go in for that. The Cloudburst along with the Astral Smoke is going to go down, preventing a push coming out from FANGS. It's going to allow Sami to post himself up a little bit more aggressively on towards that A short area. He's holding it very, very patiently, a very narrow angle at this point. It's very risky, and that's the confidence that he has in his reaction time to try and spot out a player coming into that particular position. B2, again, split up for the rest of his team, but he's still trying to scout out information, understanding where the Killjoy turret is. He's now slowly walking on towards the site. You already see that Binks has his flash up near that area. He's going to use that concussion. He's going to get spotted out by the Killjoy turret, and B2 is stuck in a very precarious position. Binks is now retreating towards that B main area. Six is going to take down one member. He's going to take down two, but he's going to fall to B2. 13 seconds on the board. It's not going to be a round that's going to be won out by FANGS. Binks brings it back for his team. And the last 3 rounds, the Esports team, they're really trying hard to try and hold on, try and claw themselves back into the game. Only 2 rounds left for them to try and spark NOT.
2 more rounds, that's all they need. 2 more rounds and we are going to be seeing an overtime in this specific match. And I can't wait to see what Team FANGS' reaction is going to be. I want to see their cams going up if this game goes into an overtime. Because man, they're going to be so disappointed. After having such a tremendous lead, they can't afford to go ahead, lose this out against the Esports team. But if the Esports team do tend to make that comeback and win out map number 1, then it's going to be nothing but their hard work getting rewarded.
Oh my goodness, Sami finding out B2 near that B main area. Right now, it looks to be reminiscent of Cactus in the attacking round when FANGS were on the attack. When FANGS were on defense. Sami using aggression against FANGS to his favor here. Cactus gets spotted out by the recon bolt coming out for the drone. That push coming in towards A main is going to get circumvented a lot as the information has been relayed to the Esports team that the enemy jet has pushed on towards the site. They do have the recon bolt in hand. The Defender Killjoy ultimate is going to push out the members of FANGS from that site area. They have to get themselves back on towards here. They're going to get detained here. FANGS Cactus takes down 2 members on towards that A heaven area. And it's going to be up to Smoke A along with Maverick to try and push out and try and win out this round. Bad Love is sticking to defuse. They do not have any idea that this is going down. They push on towards the Smoke here. Strix takes down 1, but in a falls to Smoke A. But Smoke A takes down 1. He's going to be able to take down 2. My goodness, he does not land the shot for the classic. And Sami lives for the next round with his operator in hand. You can sense the frustration coming out from FANGS, losing out 2 rounds in the same fashion with the Ninja Defuse. Man, that must be frustrating.
It is, it definitely is, not gonna lie. I mean, you fool me once, fine. Fool me twice, well, I don't know. It actually is just looking like Team FANGS wanna push it to an overtime. I mean, come on. There should have been some sort of a resistance, right? Coming out from the side of both the players holding outside the A mains. You do see B2 activating that Empress. And with the Killjoy lockdown being put up, Strix is going to try and take it down. We're going to be seeing the ultimate popping up, so maybe Strix is going to be repositioning himself. We're going to be seeing Binks to getting the flag on towards Kohli. I guess Kohli was in his astral form. And we see that beautiful Plastic going ahead and getting that kill on towards him as well. Cosmic divides up, and it's time for B2 to show us what he can do with that Empress. He's got a lot of time left, by the way, so he can just easily play around. But hold on a second, he might just be walking into the crosses of Sami, but the white P comes out, and Sami does not expect that specific peak coming in. 50 seconds, and it all comes out of Binks in a 1 versus 3. Will this man be able to pull this off? Is going to be the million-dollar question, and I guess Binks is not going to be able to live up to that task, and it's going to be Cactus to finish it off in style with the Blade Storm. 13-11, ladies and gentlemen, as map number 1 goes into the favor of Team FANGS.
If game 1 sets the precedence for the rest of this series, Assassin, we are here. We're going to be here for quite a long time, provided that the esports team takes up game 2. But what an amazing game 1 we just saw, and that last round was just reminiscent. The back and forth coming out. I think this is the first time I'm seeing a tournament kill where a breach used an aftershock and killed a player. The astral form coming out from the enemy astral player, just not doing him any favors in that particular round. But my goodness, this amazing clash of titans that we witnessed. We were going into this thinking that the esports team might just be able to edge it out, but FANGS took the fight to them in what fashion in the first half, setting up the precedence for this team and continuing that on in the second half. Well, I have no words. I'm really excited for game 2.
Exactly. I mean, map number 2 is going to be even more interesting because it is something that is a home ground for the esports team. So looking forward to seeing what exactly they're going to pull out on the map of Split. I'm expecting, the esports team to go back to sort of their default setup as well, because things kind of took a little bit of a turn in map number 1 with their newer setup. That single duelist composition kind of did not favor them as well, and it put them a lot backwards in terms of their attack. If their attack would have been a little bit more better, I guess they would have been able to, close it out and win it out against the Team FANGS. But Team FANGS, man, hats off. What a play. Let's just quickly go into the highlights as well, Red Bro. And we can just, relive some of the moments as well in this specific match. Because there are a lot. There are a lot of moments that, have to be, just take it over to.
Yeah, and I want to talk about the fact that Smoke A along with B2, they've been so important. They've been instrumental in the success that FANGS have picked up. You see that Smoke A using that accuracy with the Ghost to perfection in this particular round, and that's the thing that we've seen so far. Being a Killjoy main, even though he's playing Killjoy, he's been the circumstances where he's been put in, where he had to perform against 2 or 3 members of the esports team, has been where he's shined the most. Taking nothing away from players like Edit99 and Binks and Sami on the esports team, but I feel like for them, they just struggled to find their stride in the attacking half when they were going up against the defensive line from FANGS. The way that FANGS played so aggressively, taking down map control, using their utilities to bait the players out of the opponent team is just fundamental Valorant at that point, because you focus on map control, you focus on utility usage. These are like the basics that you need to nail down when you're playing a tactical shooter like Valorant. And right now, FANGS, they just got their fundamentals so well down that they were able to circumvent any sort of individual sparks in play coming out for the players of the esports team, and they were able to stop that snowball in its tracks before it got out of hand. For the side of the esports team, though, they need to recollect themselves and try and play more as a unit, more of a cohesive play style, instead of going in for those individual playstyles and the silo approach that we've seen so far. But yeah, those are my thoughts for the match highlights throughout this entire game 1.
True that. I like you covered most of the parts as well. In my opinion, like the esports team could have done a little bit more better as well on their attack. It was a little bit too disjointed at the same time. It looked like that they had no idea what Team FANGS are and what they're capable of. Now that they are aware of that fact, maybe map number 2 is going to be a bit different, and we are going to be seeing that change in the composition as well coming in from the side of the esports team, because this newer composition, as I said, isn't working out. And that attack, it kind of was a bit disappointing, to be precise, and I'm hoping for them to improve on that and come out on top in map number 2. That is going to be Split. Now, that definitely is going to be even more interesting, as I said, right? The home ground for the esports team. Looking forward to seeing them, dominate on both the attack as well as the defense. I want to see what Team FANGS are going to come up with, actually, because moving on towards map number 3, which is their home ground. Now, map number 2, they really would love to go ahead and close it out in map number 2, because the esports team are that particular team that, given the chance or the momentum, a little bit of a breathing room, and they're going to go ahead and, pounce it on towards you, and they're going to take you down completely. So that is something that the side of Team FANGS can't afford to do. They can't afford to give that breathing room as well to the esports team. So if the esports team get a little bit too comfortable in the map of Split, then it definitely is going to be a bit of trouble brewing for the side of Team FANGS. But looking forward to a good one, and I've got my fingers crossed for that as well.
So much to look forward to. So many questions left unanswered, but we'll be back with that and many more for Game 2 right after this break, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned to the TEC channel. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back with Game 2 in between Team FANGS and the esports team. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the TEC Gauntlet Season 1, powered by AMD Ryzen and WD Black. We have for you the second game of the series between Team FANGS and the Esports team. It's going to be Game 2 with Esports team trying to strive for vengeance. They lost out at 13-11 on a really close nail-biter of a match, where both these teams were just trying desperately to get themselves back onto it. I'm Retro, joined by Assassin47. We're going to take you through Game 2. The Assassin, how are you feeling for this?
Well, definitely. I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to seeing what Team Fangs are going to do against the esports team's favorite map. And I really want to see what kind of a composition the esports team is going to be coming out with as well. Are they going to keep on going with that single duelist setup? Are they going to go back to their default, which usually tends to, come out in their favor as well? Now, if they do go back to that default, then Team Fangs need to be very careful, because you might see some interesting race plays coming out from the fan favorite Binks right there, because the man tends to hold on over to his middle position quite aggressively. But yeah, more on that sneak peek a little bit later. Taking a look at the map V2 as well, we did tell you that the map is going to be split. That is map number 2. Now, if we do go the distance, right, Red Bro, I guess things are going to be very heated on the map of Haven, because both of these teams have sort of got a good control on the map of Haven. But I guess Team Fangs, it kind of bends a little bit too much on towards Team Fangs, because they have set out an example as well, that the map of Haven is sort of like, their home ground, and despite whatever challenges are being thrown at them, they have, just pushed the games to multiple overtimes, but they have always emerged victorious.
Definitely, and they're going to have to be victorious in this particular position if they want to go in for the map 3, the esports team. They're going to have to wait and see what they can do. And as you rightly said, Binks is on that fan favorite Raze. We're going to have to see what he does with that throughout the course of this game, as now the esports team are going to be in it to win it. We see a new spark of the controllers coming out. It's going to be the Omen pickup for Split. Always aggressive, always super useful with the smoke placement and the paranoia that can cut off so many angles all across the site. Surprising to see that there is no breach pickup, though, who is a really good agent, viable on this particular map. But I guess both these teams really want to use their lineups, use their agent pickups to go for that Sage, go for that Killjoy, to try and close off the pocket areas of Split, because it is one of the narrowest maps in Valorant, and using that Sage wall near that B area, that mid area leading towards vents and B heaven, is just a staple part of the game, and using those slow orbs to counteract that push coming in from that. And Split is a map where if you do get isolated from your team, it's really difficult to rejoin them. So it's going to be up to the attackers to play hard and fast, cut off those angles, cut off the rotation, play a little bit more anchor, and save on towards that B heaven area, and try and circumvent those rotations, try and get themselves onto there. For the defenders, their defensive line cannot break at all. For Ascent, that was all about mid control. This one is all about sight and angle control. And this is where the threat of the judge even comes into play, because there's so many narrow corners that you need to peek out that any player holding a cheeky angle with the judge can just spell doom for you and dismantle your entire attacking strategy as you push on towards the site. So it's going to be interesting to see how both these teams play around this unique aspect of the map as we start off the first round of this game 2.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your seats, because this is going to be a bumpy one. We're going to be seeing the esports team and Team Fangs going on against each other. Map number 2, Split. Map number 1, in case you missed it, Team Fangs, they took it over. And I guess the esports team, it's going to be time for them to kind of come in with a little bit of a comeback. But let's see how exactly that is going to pan out. For now, though, we're going to be seeing the esports team, who are going to sort of try and, hold on a passive setup on towards each and every part of the map. Sammy getting ready with that wall as well. He's going to go ahead and get it up.
And right now, it looks to be that FANGS are now holding on near that wall area. Sami knows that they're posted up near that site, though. There's going to be really patient play coming out from both these teams. No one wants to make a little bit of noise here. B2, though, giving away the footsteps to Binks. They know that people are posted on towards A main and on towards mid. Sami really cautiously holding down behind that wall. He's not going to make any sort of a risky peek. Binks gets out of there in the nick of time before B2 made that peek on towards A ramps. The wall is soon to go down. The boombot is out. It's going to prompt a push coming out from Fang, though. Smokey is the first one to get taken down. The trade is going to come down from Cactus, though, as they now make an aggressive peek on towards A ramps through Heaven and on towards Vets. Binks is the only person remaining near that area. Mows them down with a frenzy along with that in 9-9. And Binks again with the frenzy. Making it work here, ladies and gentlemen. 2 kills in quick succession, picking up the final kill again in style. And the first round is going to go to the Esports team. Momentum on their side.
That's right, as I said, they are going to go ahead and start picking up all of these rounds on the map as Split, and especially with Binks on that aggressive raise as well, right? You're going to be seeing him just popping off every single round. The thing is that the guy is just built different when he plays the agent that is Raze, and the way he plays with Raze as well on the map as Split is truly entertaining and amazing to watch. I can't wait to see more and more coming in from the side of Binks. I'm definitely sure that all of his fans in the chat as well are going to be very happy to see him play that specific agent. What I'm more interested about is to see what FANGS are going to do in order to counter that. Now, Binks, he sort of hasn't started playing that middle area alongside Sami. And it's truly interesting to see both of these teams not opting to go in for either Sky or Breach. Right, Red Bro? We do tend to see most of the teams going ahead and picking out Breach or even Sky on the map of Split. But both of these teams? Nah, absolutely no.
Yeah, and it looks to be that they favor using that defensive hold and getting as many rounds as they can on defense instead of picking up the initiator, which does hint towards the fact that they want to pick up more rounds on attack, right? So it's looking to be that sort of a strategy that the Esports team are also happy to utilize. Using that Sage Wall and the Killjoy hold to great effect, using that, oh my goodness, Fang! Cactus pops up his head through the wall while he jumped out. Bad Love, though, with that 80-80 through that area. He's gonna find all members of FANGS pushing out through that, but Smokey, with that overheal of the Reyna, is going to be able to live to survive another day. Strix is now isolated on towards this B side as FANGS now contemplate. They have infinite choices in their hands. Actually, not infinite. They only have 2 choices. Push on towards A or push on towards B. They're actually going to be doing both at this point. You do see Smokey and Maverick now pushing on towards mid. They give a little bit of sound on towards Vent side, but they now choose to go and finally settle for B.
Strix is just bad walk out of the smoke. He's gonna be finding himself a double. Ladies and gentlemen, Strix has finally activated himself and has come online in order to grab all of these kills as well. Down to a 2 vs 2 situation, by the way, Red Bro. And I guess B2 is gonna struggle in order to pick up the spike. Never mind. Just gonna slide around and is gonna be like, you know what?
30 seconds left.
Almost there, and I got it. All right. So with that, we're gonna be seeing him plant the spike, and he's already got himself the aggressive positioning, but no B2 takes out an 99, a 1 vs 1. Strix might just be able to pull this off, but at the same time, we do have the Reyna, who's got himself that position. It is Smoker, the man, the clutch master for the side of team FANGS, and it is going to be him to outplay Strix entirely and put up that first round of the board. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Smoker as the man ties things up with the scoreboard and destroys the economy for the side of the Esports team.
There looked to be a round of unsuspecting players at this point. First, it was Strix slowing down 2 members of FANGS, pushing on towards that B-side area after a convincing start of the round where FANGS had the advantage going in for themselves despite losing out the pistol round, despite having the inferior buy in comparison to the Esports team. And now they find themselves in the driver's seat with the assault rifle pickup while the Esports team are now bushwhacked into an eco round. The shares are in hand, though. You do not count these players out when the headshot potential is there. They're going to try and push on more aggressively towards that A main area. They're going to use that utility. The Lear is out, blinding out Binks near that Heaven area. It's going to circle. It's going to facilitate a lot of the push coming against the Lear. Second Lear is out, prompting a push out, prompting the utilities already used out from Binks. He's not going to have that available when the actual peak does come out, though. Bad Love with that Sheriff. He's going to be able to get that headshot on towards Coley. always getting those headshots. Baslov, you can count on him, but you can also count on Strix as well. Getting 2 quick one-taps on towards 2 members of FANGS, holding down that A-ramp area. The spike is down. They do have it in control. B2, he needs to pick up the spike again. Switches to the Spectre, switches to the Vandal again. The spike is down in no man's land. Maverick takes down Edit 99 in towards side, and that's going to prove a little bit of a threat coming out from the side of Esports team. But Strix, he's not going to relent with the shots of the Sheriff coming on towards all members of FANGS. It's now going to be all up to Maverick. He has one stroke in hand. But Strix again continuing his amazing run of form. Even with the Vandal, he gets the one-tap headshot on towards a member of FANGS and the Esports team. Pull one back. Strix again facilitating that amazing round for his team.
As I said, Red Bro, if the Esports team go back to their default setup, to putting Strix on that duelist role alongside Banks, if they do that, things are going to take a big turn. And that turn is going to in turn favor the Esports team as well. Now the thing is that Strix, the man, is just so crisp with the Ion Sheriff, and explains as well. I mean, the Ion Sheriff tends to, give you that sort of an aimbot as well. But yeah, Strix, what a play, man. Just sliding in, getting all of these nutty headshots connected onto the players from Santa Team FANGS. And I guess the entirety of FANGS this time around, though, are trying to take some control over towards the 8 hours position. And I guess they are going to get that control as well, because there's absolutely no one from the side of the Esports team holding on over towards the 8 hours. Smoke, on the other hand, is going to create a distraction over towards B. And this distraction is going to, is going to in turn provide a lot of opportunities for the rest of the team who are moving over towards it. The entirety of the Esports team have rotated over towards the B side, and that is going to be the cue for FANGS to move it over towards A. What are they doing? Oh my god!
Why do they have Maverick posted on towards B main? What is happening at this point? But I guess they're going to make it work for themselves as Cactus picks up Edit 99 near that site. They do not have the spike plant down yet, though. And I'm not sure as to why Maverick is in B main. Is he trying to find out anyone who's trying to go for that rotate? Is he going in for a flank around the world? Find out in the next episode of the Flanking Omen, ladies and gentlemen, as we do see the retake being on from the Esports team. They're not pushing on aggressively towards the side. Cactus holding out from that screens area with the blades here. He's going to be able to get down 1 kill. Biggs, though, does not find the spray on towards the 2 members. He gets 1 kill onto Cactus, but it's not fast enough. And FANGS, even though that round was incredibly messy for their team in terms of the positioning of their players, they somehow managed to win it. The timeout promptly starting off, and I guess they do want to, like, I don't know what that was about. I'm as perplexed as you are at this point, Assassin.
Yeah, like, to be honest, I'm not really sure what happened over there in that specific round. Team FANGS, there was absolutely no business for them to go ahead and win out that specific round. And well, in my opinion, like, the Esports team had that name written over that specific round all around as well. But at the same time, Team FANGS is just they just did something, and that something, it converted into a round for them as well. Because I'm not gonna lie, that kind of worked out in their favor. It wasn't supposed to. Smoke, he definitely went ahead, created that distraction towards the Esports team. They got lured, and they completely went in over towards the B side as well with the rotation. At the same time, that should have been the cue for the rest of the team to just pounce in on that one player towards the A side. Now, I'm not really sure why Maverick was deployed towards the A side. And it kind of was like, Maverick coming in so late with the flank. It was something like, thanks for coming into my TED Talk. This was 101 ways of not coming in with a flank.
And yeah, that was a bit perplexing for both of us at this point, but I feel like the Empress using the Lear was enough to lure in the Esports team. They had no business on sending Maverick up towards that B main area again. That was kind of strange at this point, and honestly, if it works out for them, all power to them, as we do see Sami now retreating back towards that B heaven area. Is going to find out an unsuspecting Smoke A. Not going to be able to find the shots onto him, though. Smoke A taking him down promptly. Happy to get that kill on towards him. Strix, though, using the blades to great effect, taking out Smoke A, but the rest comes out. It's going to mean that he uses that updraft at the gap from the smoke. Uses it to great perfection. FANGS Cactus, though, picks 1 kill to the left, shimmies to the right, gets another one. Facilitates that push on towards B site. FANGS now have complete control over mid and B. It's going to be up to Binks and his teammate Edit 99 to try and work something out of this. Try and get a few kills. Well, that hope just got dashed immediately.
Yeah, you can put a big never mind on that. But it's all down to at 99. Now the man is gonna try his level best into just combining a bit of his utility usage as well as his aim prowess into getting some frags here. And I guess Cactus is gonna fall prey to that turret as well. And the turret might just take some damage onto his Cactus. And Cactus, look at how ballsy this guy is. I mean, he's just holding there. Whereas the flank comes in, Kohli might just go. Never mind, Cactus. Why did you do that? Kohli might have actually be going in for that knife.
Well, he wanted that sheriff headshot kill and he just went in for that. Honestly speaking, at this point, the attacking strategy employed by FANGS is just all about using smoke and mirror tactics. You use a particular player, post it on towards one area of the map, and then you start try and like lure in all members of the defending team, the esports team, on towards that particular pressure point, and then you push in. For the esports team, they promptly and properly retreated a little bit backwards and went towards B Heaven to try and hold deeper in towards the site, and that's what you would want to do if you're going on eco. Unfortunately, they couldn't find the aim duels that would have favored them in those particular situations, and FANGS were happy to capitalize on those. Cactus pushing in from B Heaven, getting 2 kills left and right, just poses a huge question mark in the defensive wall and the defensive integrity coming out from the esports team. Really need to seal out the cracks and gaps that they are exposing for themselves right now. Biggs contemplating a push on towards that fence area. He does spot one out. Cactus dashes in straight directly into the grenade of Binks. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Strix takes down FANGS B2 with that operator. Really dangerous from that A Heaven area. FANGS now pushing on towards this B site area. The Killjoy turret is spotting out. The tagging coming out from Sammy along with the Killjoy turret is just too much for Smokey to deal with. Sami, though, again on fire with that Vandal. Kohli, nasty flick on towards his counterpart at 9-9, but Sami's gonna drop down from B Heaven. Secured the last kill. This game, again, always going back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth we go, and it looks like that both of these teams are gonna go ahead and try getting themselves the advantage moving on towards the second half. Both of them want to have that lead as well. But I guess this being a defender-sided map, right? Surely it looks like that the esports team should pretty much walk away with it. We'll be seeing Strix with the operator as well this time around though. And Cactus, you better be ready, buddy, because Strix is coming in with that Reaver, and most probably he should be able to get that flag as well. We'll seeing Cactus go ahead and take down Cactus. That is going to be Strix getting that headshot connected. This is something very interesting, by the way, because I was expecting Smoker to try and come in with a little bit of a trade, but there's absolutely nothing that FANGS could have done in that specific spot. We're going to be seeing the B towers getting hauled off as well by Sami, and in my opinion, Sami needs to be a bit more careful. Don't you think so, Red Bro? He's been taking a little bit more damage, or a little bit more risk of being on towards the right-hand side of the wall.
It does prove to be the case where he is going in for those precarious situations where he might be exposed a little too much against multiple members of the attacking team coming in on towards that B tower area. And he's taking those fights just to try and circumvent any sort of aggressive push coming out from FANGS. Strix, though, a critical player in the component of the esports team's defense, falls down. Sami is now zoned out by that molly coming out from the Killjoy. He's going to push on towards Kohli. He spots him out. He's not going to go for that repeat yet. He has the resurrect available for him, though. Strix is already there in front of him. He's gonna try and 80 this out. FANGS, though, holding on to that, and he's gonna put a stopper in that with the wall coming out from B2. Bad Love holding on to that area. He kills Kohli with that amazing flick around the world, left and right again, getting the kill, getting the critical kills that he needs. And Sami reses Strix and gets himself on towards that site, picking up the last kill. Okay, then they just lost the operator to a fall damage, unfortunately. And yeah, I think like everyone just stopped in their tracks because they're all laughing at the fact that they just incurred a huge economic loss because of fall damage.
And you know what? Like it was so funny to even see them, just describe that specific loss as well on their cams. Like you would see all of them gasping and all of them sighing like, hey, what the hell, man, we just lost that operator. And yeah, it looks like that Binks is is actually popping off with that ultimate. He's going to go ahead and grab himself a couple of kills. You're going to be seeing that ultimate connecting on towards a specific player, and the rest of the gang is going to be swept out by the Phantom as well. The entirety of the Esports team, they have gained control towards the A mains, and this is something that we were expecting of them on the map of Ascent, Red Bro. But there, all of this wouldn't have been possible with that composition that they had, correct? Now that they actually have that composition in their hands, they're truly making full use of it.
Yeah, they're using Binks' proper utility and the blast pack prowess that he's known to show in every single one of his games. He is known as one of the best Raze mains in South Asia for a reason, and he showed exactly why you can play off of his utility so well, and the esports team happy to use that to get around back for themselves. Now they set it a 2-0 lead, 2-round lead so far, and Strix again, a menace with that operator, taking down Smokey, a critical member of the attack coming out from FANGS. The Omen ultimate is going to be posted on towards T-Bag. The Paranoia does not connect on towards Strix, and he's going to pay for it with his life Maverick. Strix again, nasty headshot through the smoke, through on towards Cactus, and beats to the quick scope. Here you're playing. What is this game that Strix is having at this point? He is feeling himself right now. 3 kills on the board, sealing it off with a 4th. The operator menace is here, ladies and gentlemen. Strix is the man to watch, and he's been absolutely bossing it throughout this entire game. 6-3 on the scoreboard. The esports team fully, comfortably in the lead.
Well, I guess the entirety of the esports team have now got the answer as to why exactly they lost out in map number 1 Ascent, correct? They didn't have Strix on that duelist role. Strix is that one player that makes all the difference, man. And I'm not even gonna lie, his proficiency on that operator, the flexibility, the movements, everything just screams out Strix, Strix, Strix on the server, and he just goes boom onto his opponents as well. The thing is that FANGS currently they definitely are going to struggle, as I said. Once the esports team go back to that default setup, things are going to in turn work out in their favor as well. And Team FANGS, I didn't mention this, right? I want to see how exactly they are going to, adapt to the specific situation. Now, if they do find a crack in the defense coming out from the side of the esports team, they are going to be able to do something, but they're not able to find that specific crack as well. Instead, this is getting taken down randomly through smoke. And that is going to be Smoker going down, ladies and gentlemen. Something that shouldn't have happened, and the entirety of Team FANGS are going to be forced to move in over towards the A side now.
The defensive chokehold coming out from the esports team near that mid-side area, just completely eliminating an avenue of attack for FANGS at this point, and now forced to go through A main. Binks is right there on towards A ramps. He is cordoned off by a cloudburst here. At 9-9, happy to pick up a kill with the nano storm grenade on towards Cactus. Bad Love picking up a kill of the only person in sight from FANGS, and Coley falls to Sami near that heaven area. Is going to spell doom for their team, as they're not going to be forced onto an eco round. But as you've already said, Assassin, the esports team, they found their stride, they found their momentum, they know what to do, they have the read on FANGS at this point. They're now sitting at 7-3. 2 more rounds to go in the first half. Are they going to make it 9-3 and get themselves onto a very, very comfortable 9-3 score line going out to the second half? It might be the case at this point. This is their round to win. And looking at the economy of the esports team, they will have an operator for this round and the next. So it's going to spell a lot of doom from FANGS. They have to pull themselves back up.
Strix right now, once again, is going to be in that position where he has to reposition himself, and he's just trying so desperately to survive, asking Sammy to just raise up that goddamn wall so that he can do something around that specific wall as well. 1 minute and 18 seconds, and I guess Team FANGS are looking to move in over towards the A side now. We are going to be seeing Bad Love try to play behind that specific smoke, and I guess Cactus, oh, he was just able to move in towards the other side, and Cactus is going to find Bad Love. This was something that I was scared about, and it actually happened. Bad Love going down. We're going to be seeing Cactus taking out the turret that's placed over towards the A side. It's time for Strix to activate himself, moving from the defense side spawn over towards the towers, and maybe find himself the frag as well. But moving into the smoke is going to be suicide. So best case scenario, we should just hold that angle, and that is exactly what he's going to do. Taking down his nemesis Cactus is going to allow the entirety of FANGS to, I don't know, maybe try and make their way back towards the B side, and that opportunity is going to be denied by Sami.
30 seconds
taking
left.
down the Sage it looks like that the entirety of the esports team have come to a conclusion that Team FANGS, they love to, sort of aggress in towards a specific site and maybe commit over towards it as well. And once the entire setup kind of gets jeopardized, we instantly moving over towards the other side. It's going to be Sammy to go ahead and take down Smoker, by the way, and Sammy is going to pick up Edit 99. All down to Maverick in a 1 versus 2. The man has picked up the operator. Ladies and gentlemen, are we going to be seeing Maverick go ahead and win out this 1 versus 2 in style or not? Maverick does take down Edit 99. The smoke is going to be popped off, and I guess Maverick is just going to try and play inside of that smoke. Gonna switch to the Spectre, up close and personal. The Spectre might just come out in his favor. Sammy moving in with 8 bullets left. He hasn't gone in for that reload because he knows once he goes in for that reload, his position is gonna be given away as well. And Maverick is gonna completely blind Sammy. And ladies and gentlemen, Maverick, the man is gonna clutch it out in a 1 versus 2 situation. Give it up for Maverick as he aces it up. And that is gonna be the 4th round of the board for Team FANGS.
That is the best round that I've seen coming out from both these teams at this point. FANGS with the eco round going in super aggressive, taking the fight to the esports team, and they got caught off guard. Bings falling really early in the match, but then they kind of came out with that Defender Killjoy ultimate coming out from Edit 99. They were able to push back the members of FANGS towards the mid side. Sami happy to pick up that kill on towards the rotation, but then the insane flick shot on towards a member near that B tower area, getting the revive off, just not enough to seal the deal for his team. And FANGS live by the skin of their teeth for another day. They have one more round in hand. It's gonna prompt the buy round for them, the last round in the half. No team is going to want to let this go. You do see Cactus breaking down the walls of Sami, keeping him pitted in this B tower area as a slow push comes down from B main. They want to contemplate this push on towards that side though. Strix, a rare off shot miss coming out from him, gets taken down to dangerously low levels. The heal is going to come out from Sami though. He peeks out towards Raptors, towards B main. Bad Love is going to be the one taking him down. Coley gets the trade on towards him.
You
Right
will
now,
not
FANGS
kill my
want to
ally.
go in for this push, but they know that there are too many players holding too many angles, poking them out. Strix taking down 2 critical kills on towards the 2 members of FANGS. And now they're in a very precarious situation. The Boombot spots out Coley near that advanced area. He knows that he's joined by another teammate here, Smoke A. And 99 does not have the information that Smoke A is over there. He's gonna get taken down. And this Devour is gonna bring the Reyna back up to full HP. Bad Love at 61. Coley's dangerously low. The Nano Storm grenade is gonna prompt him pushing out from there. They do know that there is a player in heaven. Strix again, not quite finding the op shots, but the spike is not down. 7 seconds on the board. They have to do something about this in this particular time. Strix and Big Smoke pushing up. Big 6-1 kill. He's desperately trying to get another one. The spike has been planted down barely. Strix is holding down that operator angle. Smoke A barely dodging out the shot. He does not know that he's being flanked by Binks. He's going in for the aggressive peek and gets the kill on towards Strix, but he does not know that Binks is flanking him from behind. And Binks gets that kill to seal the round for his team. Oh my goodness, the last 2 rounds just went down to the wire here, Assassin. What an amazing first half from both these teams.
I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not gonna blame Smoker for that specific play being made by Binks. Even I did not think that Binks was gonna come up with such an outplay right there. And well, it looks like that Binks is definitely gonna go ahead and live up to his status of being an amazing race player, and he's just showcasing the fact that map number 1 was just given away to Team FANGS. Like, if the esports team wants, they can still go ahead and get themselves the map going on to their favor as well. I'm just kidding, guys. But to be honest, the esports team, what a round! I did not think that round was gonna go into their favor because it was so back and forth. We saw man disadvantages and advantages coming left, right, and center, and it was just down to Binks in order to make that specific play as well. And he did to put up that 8th round of the board for the esports team. I'd be very happy with 8 rounds secured on the defense side, but now is the actual test, Red Bro. If the esports team are going to be able to, get that amazing stuff done on the attack as well or not.
Definitely now looks to be really cautious play coming out from all these teams so far. FANGS takes down, Coley takes down Sami near that A side area. It's going to be a 3v3 right now on the score line here. As we do see all members of FANGS now rotating on towards that B site area. They know that the esports team are now pushing on towards that Edit 99 using that turret. Gets spotted out by the Paranoia coming in from Maverick near that box area. As they now push on towards that bait. B2 has the information that both these players are now pushing in through B main. Maverick's going to be happily taking away the trade towards Bad Love. It's now 2 members versus 2. Edit 99 is dangerously low. Banks takes down Maverick from that Rafters area. They do have the information here. Coley, a little bit of armor being chipped away from him is going to mean that he has to pull back. Try go for that retake again. The first pistol round hangs in the balance for FANGS at this point. The esports team are poised to win it.
Yeah, this is truly going to be a very close one, by the way. Coley not only has to deal with that alarm bot, but at the same time to deal with 2 of the angry attackers from the side of the esports team. And I has already relayed the information that, hey, Coley is coming in from the defender side of spawn, and I guess FANGS is just going to try and play around with that specific player that is Coley. He's going to play around with Coley, like, you know, cat playing around with the mouse. Something like that. FANGS is just going to, you know, play around with his prey a little bit, and then he's going to go ahead and eat him up alive as well.
And right now, we do see that the esports team have consolidated their lead for themselves in the attacker round as well. They're picking up all the Spectres, all 5 Spectres for this particular round, and while FANGS also makes a return force. They will have to make use of that, though, because if they lose out this round, that means the next round will be even more difficult for them to win, because they will not have the weapons advantage that they want to for themselves. Now they have to make this work as Banks uses Satchel Charge to push on towards that A side. Coley's going to get taken down with that headshot. He's going to spot out Smoke A. Bad Love gets taken down by Smoke A. It's gonna be that Smoke A is in that heaven area. He's gonna have to try and hold on to this particular position, but the esports team are all on towards that site. Only 1 member. Edit 99 is in there with a flanking spree and towards that sewers area, using that anchor roll to perfection here, taking down P2 and Jackson from that rotation. Maverick's gonna be the next one to fall. Smoke A, the last member surviving. He has the Devour. He's gonna get healed up to 150 HP, but it might be a tall order for him to fight off against 3 members of TET. And he promptly falls to the gun of Sami. And that's gonna spell doom for them as they now have to be forced onto an eco round. 10-4 on the scoreboard. The esports team are gonna be forcing this to win it. They will go in very, very aggressively, prompted by that positioning that they're now taking in towards B main.
Through that, and I guess Team FANGS, right? They sort of are looking a little bit out of things to do on the attack side, at least for now. I mean, sorry, on the defense side, my bad. And yeah, it looks like that on the attack, esports team are having a good time. They're just, you know, getting fragged left, right, and center, but ooh, someone did not see this coming, and I guess Banks is definitely going to regret the fact that he just wide-peeked his way towards middle like that. Right now, we're going to be seeing Cactus, the guy who did start off the fragathon, go down, and it's going to be all down to Maverick in a 1 versus 4. He's going to try and connect some headshots, but will he be able to get them, though, is going to be the question. I guess no straight up answer coming in from Edit 99. 11-4 is the esports team. You just need 2 more rounds in order to walk away with map number 2. And you know what, Red Bro? I think that Team FANGS, they can still bring it back, but in order to bring it back, they need to first identify or, you know, rectify their mistakes as well, which they have been making. And I guess that is gonna come in once they understand the fact that they're just giving a little bit too much on towards team, the esports team, or maybe the esports team are just taking it away.
The esports team at this point, their momentum is just absolutely unstoppable, and FANGS, they have absolutely no response for it. You see the way that they're confidently pushing out towards that Smoke is the complete isolation. Strix taking down Coley, Cactus getting 1 kill back on towards Sami, but that does not might be enough as 4 members are right now on towards site, and the spike is being planted down. TET have found themselves in really amazing positions for themselves, and now they use the attacker killjoy to circumvent any semblance of a retake to be poised by FANGS at this point. And you see Cactus struggling to land those shots on towards unsuspecting members of TET. And this is just a super convincing showing of prowess from the attackers, the esports team, which is a stark contrast to what we've seen in the first game. And yet, you've rightfully said, Assassin, Split is their home ground, and they're making it work to perfection.
Well, it looks like that, the esports team. They definitely are going to take this to map number 3, Haven, where we are going to be seeing Team FANGS sort of coming out on top against the esports team. This probably should be the final round of the specific map, Red Pro, because with the added advantage of having weapons against Team FANGS, you should pretty much see Bings going ahead and just double satcheling his way into the side, creating that space for the rest of the team to just move in together as a unit and grab control of that 13th round. And it looks like that someone just activated the Nanostorm grenade and is going to delay the push for the entirety of the esports team. Maverick, on the other hand, is going to capitalize on top of that. He's going to spray in through the smoke. He's going to get himself a frag, and I guess Cactus chimes in with the Blade Storms. Bings goes down, and both the duelists, surprisingly, are going to get taken down. Smoker coming in with a flank, and this flank, it might just make the entire difference. Sammy does get his comrade up. There's going to be Strix, and with Strix up and running, I guess Smoker can now go in for that kill. And that spree as well, that kill spree that he's about to come in with. And his 99 goes down, and with that, the entirety of the esports team know that Smoker is coming in with that flank as well. Sammy does finally go out and take him down, whereas Maverick is gonna, in turn, push in from the B mains. See, this pressure that is being built up by FANGS is really good, but at the same time, the only problem is that they don't really have the best of the weapons, right? All they are working around with are the Spectres and the Bulldogs, and Cactus is gonna come in with the flank nest. What the hell? Team FANGS is also goddamn good when it comes to multiple flanks, and it looks like that Maverick, all he needs is a Bulldog to bite each and every player from the side of the esports team and take them down as well.
Maverick instrumental with that Bulldog near that B main area, and he relied a lot on the information that was gathered by the flankers, by the two flankers coming out from FANGS. When they isolated all the members of the esports team near that outside B main area, they knew when they pushed that smoke, when the Jet did spot out that there was no one on towards side, Cactus made that call that, hey, they're pushing the smoke, you need to start firing now, and Maverick was just happy to oblige to rain a hail of bullets from that Bulldog to get those 2 kills comfortably for him. And that just goes to show that the team play and coordination from FANGS is still there. They still have that. It's just that it's not shining through from the relentless aggression that is being exhibited by all the members of the esports team. They're not playing so much so as a unit, they're going in ham and getting those aim duels off that they favor so massively against every single team, and they're making it work to perfection. Edit 99 holding that angle holding that angle right now, soaking up a little bit of pressure, acting as a sponge to bring out a lot of the players from FANGS towards that B side area while the rest of his team pushes up through mid. Cactus is the only one pushing in. Vents have been walled off, signaling push on towards B main. Cactus, though, he does not care about the paranoia hitting him. He gets 2 headshots through the paranoia. Now B2 is raining down a hail of bullets from the Bulldog on towards that B main area. It's not gonna be able to find anyone, though. Altorp gets taken away. 3v5 on the score, 3v5 on the line right now. FANGS holding a very solid, disciplined defensive line. They don't want to lose out any single round, despite being on match point. The vigor, the Valorant,
30 seconds left.
The valiant effort that they are showing right now is just worthy of respect at this point. And the esports team struggling to find an answer against this defensive chokehold that FANGS have got.
Last player standing.
Oh, Maverick, once again,
Spike down,
comes in
mid.
to save the round, and I guess Cactus is going to be the one to finish it off with the triple. Yep. Amazing stuff coming in from Cactus, ladies and gentlemen, is, he's going to keep the dream alive for Team FANGS. He's going to try and, see, it is going to be that battle of one round at a time. But, yeah, I guess FANGS, they do have the patience to, just go ahead and make it happen. Oh, by the way, just a little bit of a doubt. Did you just go into full Akon mode? Did you just, fall into the right now lyrics like that?
Yeah, I think that was just something that happened to me. I whiffed. Like the commentary whiff that happens to the casters.
I thought, sometimes the casters, when similar words do tend to come in, they sort of go into that lyrical mode as well. So I thought you went into that lyrical mode.
That's just rapping all across the board at this point. But right now, all across the board is what I would describe the esports team's attack right now. They're spread out all across the map. They do have members posted on towards mid and B main. 3 members on contemplate that push on towards A. Strix is in an advanced position here right now. They're probing and prodding the defense of FANGS. They do not want to go in for any aggressive peek. Maverick peeks his head out a little bit too much for Bad Love to take him down with the headshot. That's going to mean that the Paranoia is not available to FANGS to circumvent that push, to prevent that pushing down towards that A main area. Strix finds out his counterpart, Cactus, near that area as Binks goes in with the satchel charges, always in an advanced position. Binks every single time. Sami and Strix picking up 2 quick kills here. Smoke A pushes through the wall. He's risen up. Even the aim is not enough to circumvent that. Binks, though, a cheeky kill on towards Smoke A from the side. And B2 is the only one remaining as Binks just jumps around with the showstopper in hand. He's not been able to use it for this round, but it's not going to matter because it is the esports team taking game 2. We're going into map 3 here, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, look at that. Look at the cams. It looks like that. No, they're not surprised. They're not excited because they knew what was gonna happen anyways. Like it was like they kind of had an idea that hey, Split is our home ground, man. We easily got this. So there's no need for that hype in as well. We got this. We got map number 2, and that is sort of seen in that specific cam segment as well. But look at the instant replay, man. Okay, he tried his level best, but at the same time, hard luck for the entirety of Team FANGS. As Split was just not their map. It is gonna be the entirety of the esports team celebrating right now because Strix and Binks, they just did something absolutely insane. And especially Strix, man, 25 frags. The guy is just built different when he picks up the duelist role, and he just fulfilled each and every player's and the audience's wish of seeing him pop off as a duelist. To be honest, I guess this should pretty much give an idea to the entirety of the esports team that guys, it is still going to take some time for you to adapt to that newer composition. So better at the starting stages of a specific tournament, or at the starting stages of the gauntlet as well, you can just try and stick to your default, or maybe get a revised edition of your default as well, so that you can stay a little bit unpredictable. Then maybe things are going to go into your favor, and later down the line you always have many more tournaments and events coming up, especially from the esports club, to showcase your new composition and style.
Definitely, and game 3 is going to shape up to be the ultimate penultimate decider between of this Clash of Titans. But do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be back with game 3 right after this short break. The action does not stop here at the Esports Club. While you're at it, check the links down in the description, subscribe to the Esports Club, and click the notification icon down below so that you get notified with the notifications when the stream does go on live. So do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the TEC Gauntlet Season 1, powered by AMD Ryzen and WD Black. This is Game 3 of the series between Team FANGS and the Esports team. What a series it's shaped up to be. We've gone on from a topsy-turvy Game 1 to an absolutely dominating performance coming out from the Esports team in Game 2 on Split. Now we finally arrive at the decider stage of Haven, where the Esports team will face off against Team FANGS in their favored round. Assassin, let's go and take us through this particular map lineup.
Well, definitely. I mean, Haven is going to be that one map that, fans are going to be looking forward to as well. And I'm not even going to lie, the way Team Fangs are going to go ahead and dominate in this specific map, it is sort of going to be exactly what, team, the esports team showcased us in a map of Split. Like the duelists from the side of Team Fangs, they are going to go ahead and wreak havoc on the map of Haven. Team Fangs are very proficient, and we are going to be seeing some interesting pickups like, Phoenix and whatnot coming out from the side of Team Fangs as well, especially from the side of the esports team. I'm not sure. Like, I still have to see what exactly is going to be that lineup coming out from their side, because they do tend to surprise us, and I guess they're not going to bring any sorts of surprises, because they just want to go ahead and get done with this. They want to win out the specific map and claim the victory against Team Fangs. Now, let's take a look at the agent selection, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be Bings once again on the Raze, Edit 99 to go on the Sova. The Sova main, we are going to be seeing a lot of interesting shotgun lineups and the recon darts coming out from Edit 99. Sammy going to be on the Jet, and this is going to hurt. Should have had Strix on the duelist, but looking forward to seeing what exactly is going to happen. Strix is going to be on the Killjoy. We're going to be seeing Bad Love on the Astra. From the side of Team Fangs, as I said, Smoker is going to be playing the Phoenix. We're going to be seeing Cactus as always on the Jet. V2 is going to go on the side for duties. Maverick on the Sova, and Kohli on the Astra as well. So, Red Bro, I guess we are in for a lot of action.
Definitely. It looks to be that from the side of the esports team, they do not want to pick up a flash agent whatsoever. They do have the fact that they can use that obscuring vision from the Astra to facilitate their push on towards the side. You're going to have to go hard and fast, but I'm just concerned that there might not be enough supporting abilities to push themselves on towards the side, considering the fact that FANGS also have picked up area of denial agents. You have the Phoenix Molly, you have Killjoy as well, along with the Astra. It's going to mean a world of hurt if they find themselves in a precarious position with the utilities being used on towards the side. And at Haven is an attacker-sided map, and it's going to be up to which team uses their attacking strategies better to decide who takes the Game 3 in this amazing Clash of Titans that we're witnessing right now here, Assassin. So I can't wait to get into the game and see what these individual players have in store for us. And yeah, honestly, I'm really, really excited.
Feelings mutual, buddy, and I can't wait to see what both of these teams are going to do. The match is ready, so why don't we quickly jump straight into the match as well and see what both of these teams are going to bring out in for the pistol round. Because see, setting up the momentum right off the bat is very important. We did talk about this, and I guess winning off the pistol is going to give that confidence boost as well to both of these teams moving in towards map number 3. That is going to be Haven. Right now, we do see the player cams, and you can see the tension building up on towards both of these teams. Especially look at Binks calling out the shots as well for the team. They're gonna be like, you know what, guys, you're gonna be very careful. We're gonna have to, go ahead and get ourselves some interesting cheeky strats coming in order to take away the pistol. Just from the side of Team FANGS, you can also see them, laughing and enjoying, because they know that Haven is their map, and all they have to do is just play their defaults, and they should pretty much be good to go.
It looks to be the Fangs are now pushing on towards this A site. They have focused a lot of members here. Smokey using that molly to perfection, pushing out Sami from that short area is now going to mean that that position is wide open for a push coming out from Fangs. The retake is on for the members of the esports team so far. Fangs have control over the A site. The spike is now going down here. Utilities are available all across the board for both these teams so far. B2 making a cheeky push through that mid side area is going to find Binks in that particular B site. He's going to pay for it with his life. Sami might just get spotted out by the recon dart. Just dodges in the nick of time. Edit99 has that recon bolt in his hand to try and go for the retake, but it's only going to fly straight all across the map here. Sami now pushing in through that as the retake is on. Sami getting another headshot on towards him, but Cactus goes in now with a frenzy. It's chaos erupting all across the site here as Fangs members pick up kill after kill. Sami and Badlove now getting taken down. Maverick is now going to be the one facing off against Edit99 near that site. He's going to use that jump shot of the share. Both players are out of ammo here, but Maverick is the one standing at the end of the round. Edit99 and Maverick both found themselves in a position where they were both reloading their clips. Maverick happy to be the first one to go for that reload, and it allowed him time to seal the first round for his team. And yeah, both these teams are just going at each other's throats at this point. They really do not want to relent.
Red bro, please tell me I did not see Edit99 missing out that recon dart.
Unfortunately, we just saw that recon dart fly straight into Oblivion Assassin.
Edit is having a really
my
bad
condolences. RIP recon dart circa 2021.
Yeah, RIP recon dart 13 June 2021. To be honest, I mean, man, Edit is having such a bad day at work today. Like, I'm not really sure what's up. Edit99 is actually not feeling it, and I did see, like, you know, a couple of his followers do type into the chat as well that he recently got his vaccination as well. So maybe that sort of is, you know, kicking in as well, and maybe is not allowing him to showcase his max potential out. Because yeah, the vaccination puts a little bit of a strain onto your hands and stuff as well. So maybe, you know, he's not able to fully maximize his play on the map. But at the same time, I feel really bad for Edit99 because the man, when he activates himself, like the entirety of the esports team, they come alive. And right now it seems like with him not being able to, you know, fully put in his 100%, it sort of is, you know, pulling down the esports team in certain parts of a specific match like this one, the retake situation over towards the A side, where, you know, that information that should have come in from the side of Edit99 could have maybe got him that round as well. But it's just unfortunate scenes, and I guess it is what it is. It's okay. It's just the pistol round. We might see, you know, some sort of a tremendous comeback coming out from the side of the esports team in the later stages of the specific match. Looking forward to that. But for now, there's going to be that superior buy coming out from the side of Team FANGS, and the esports team to be nothing on the classics.
Right now, it's going to be another aggressive push coming out from the side of FANGS here. Smokey taking down Sami through the wall here as Cactus now dashes on towards the side. He has a ghost to work with here. Takes one shot too many. And in 9-9 finding an unsuspecting smoke near that area using that reload here. But FANGS, Maverick, Coley, they're going to be able to secure 2 kills quickly onto the 2 members of the esports team. Binks and Strix are now going to have to face off against the monumental task of trying to go in for this retake here. Binks comes into the flying hero as a flying hero with the shotgun, the shorty. But Coley is going to be the one taking him down with the Spectre, and a very fast attack strategy being employed by FANGS on the A side in consecutive rounds. The first 2 rounds now have gone over to them. They now have the buy going on for them. They're going to go in for the bonus round. They do not want to pick up the rifles so quickly as we've already seen them doing in the first 2 games. They want to play a little bit more. They want to play a little conservatively at this point. They want to secure the site. They want to keep their credits in hand. Cactus, as you've seen, has given a drop to one of his teammates. He has the Blaze Storm in hand for the next round if he does die out or secure an alt orb. So that is something that he can afford to do here. But right now, FANGS switch up an attack here. They're going on towards B site, using that utility to probe and prod near that site area. They're using the utility to find out the information. Smoke is now going very aggressive on towards the site. The grenade is out. The gravity well catches out Cactus off guard. He's going to use that dash away, but not taking a little bit of chip damage from Binks' grenade coming in from that C-Link area. Now FANGS have complete control over this B-side area, but it's a really precarious situation as they can be attacked by two members here. Smoke using that recon dart against Edit 99. He had the information that the Phoenix is holding back towards the side. He did not account for the fact that FANGS had two members already pushing up towards that A-Link area, and he was caught unsuspecting near that side. Binks and Strix are the only members remaining, though Strix gets a crisp headshot on towards him. Binks gets another one on towards another member of FANGS. It's going to be up to Strix in a 1v2 scenario to try and clutch this one out. He's going to tap the spike again. Smoke and B2, both of them are going to peek out. The classic is being tapped right here. He gets the headshot off on him, but it might not just be enough time for him to get the defuse off. Oh my goodness, 0.36 seconds. Strix, what an effort. But unfortunately, the esports team lose out on another round, and FANGS will be breathing a huge sigh of relief after that one.
Once again, Strix comes in to save the day, but unfortunately, lack of time, that is gonna put that round on the board for Team FANGS. 0.36 seconds, Red Bro. What could be worse, man? Like, he got himself both the kills as well, isolating himself into individual one-on-ones. And this is insane. Like, Strix every single time. Like, the man is, putting up the work when his team needs him the most. But at the same time, it's just that unfortunate scenes where, he's not able to get the defuse in time, or something or the other just kicks in, and it's an unfortunate round for the esports team. Right now, the esports team, what they need to try and work on is the coordination and the synergy. There's a little bit of a miscommunication happening in the air. You could sense it as well, right? And yeah, that is something that they need to definitely work on. At the same time, Team FANGS, as I did mention before at the start of the game, that they are going to be very chill on their attack. They are very confident with their attack. Their attack on Haven is something that is appreciated for and is looked up to as well. Team FANGS, they are very proficient when it comes to using their duelists in order to convert the rounds into their favor. That is a speciality coming out from the side of Team FANGS. So I'm really looking forward to the esports team coming out with some sort of a counter, coming out with some sort of an aggression of their own. So we do have a little bit of a time right now to talk about this specific play that can be made from the side of the esports team in order to counter the entirety of FANGS as well. So if you do remember, right, Team FANGS, when they do try to head up over towards the middle position or the A side, they have this tendency of having two players over towards the A side, or having three players over towards middle, try and go in for the split approach, or maybe if they just want to move in together as a unit, over towards the A side or the B side together. So at that point of time, what the defenders can do, the esports team can do, is try and make the push from the C side and come in with a little bit of a flank. Like, we don't see the esports team trying to take any sorts of map control, right? They're just making the rotation based on the calls that are coming in from either of the sides. If the call is coming in that, hey, the attack is being made over towards A, they'll just rotate normally and try and go in for the retake. So that can be sort of changed, and maybe some sort of a change up might help them grab some rounds as well against Team FANGS.
Probably, and right now, the fact of the matter is that Haven is an attacker-oriented map for just this reason. You have three sides to defend, and any attacker can just levy a lot of pressure on towards one side, pull the defenders in towards that, but then the rest of his team can just make another rotation on the other side of the map, pulling it back and leaving the defenders with a very dangerous situation with a side vulnerable like that. And the esports team, they have been pulled in towards multiple sites at once because of the way that FANGS are playing. But for the first 3 rounds, we did see FANGS concentrating more effort on towards one particular site. The way that they use their utilities in such a short span of time on towards a site, cutting angles off, cutting out the positions, getting the information that, hey, look, the defenders are holding on to these particular areas of the site, we can push in through this particular point in time, is just absolutely commendable. And the utility usage is what has been seeing them throughout the rounds that we've seen them gone on to so far. Unfortunate stuff coming out from the esports team. They've been successful on the third round retake with Strix coming in for that last second defuse. Couldn't get that time in. Just in the nick of time. And FANGS edge that round out. They're going to be happy to take it though. But right now, FANGS adopting another different strategy at this point. They want to go in for more of a default playstyle instead of clustering all of their members onto towards one particular site. They do want to levy a little bit of pressure on towards that FANGS smoke. Using that run it back, using the flame wall as well, running and gunning on towards Binks' head here. The flash has gone down on towards Fix. Cleverly repositions himself towards the left side of the box. And the volley, the Maverick Storm Dart is going to hit that area. He was taken down to dangerously low levels by the Phoenix. Edit 99 now has a Storm Dart to work with here. He tags one down. He's gonna be able to find another tag. No, Coley dodges that one out. Does have the recon drone and the recon dart to work with at this point. And now FANGS, they're holding on to this particular site with vigor. 2 members for the esports team involved in this particular retake. The recon dart goes down. The gunshots might give a little bit of information to Sami, and Edit 99. The smoke goes down, and Sami does not find anyone in that particular position. He might just find out someone though. B2 sneaking up towards that double door area, taking down Sami, and again, the body language from FANGS is all across the board here. They know that they can get this round win up, and they're now sitting at a 4-0 lead. That is going to be really reassuring after that game too, and now they finally have managed to break free of the nerve game that was played against them by the esports team in the past game, and now they're going to seek to actually pick up even more rounds with this attacking prowess that they've shown. For the esports team, they really need to understand that you need to play a bit more aggressively when you're on defense. You just can't hold on towards the sites and just try and play very reactively. You need to take the fight to the team that's attacking and try and go for that aggression. Strix getting that kill on towards Cole. He gets traded out by Cactus, but the retake will be on. But it's an eco round for the esports team. Base uses that showstopper right in front of FANGS' face. B2 gets taken down. But Smokey and Cactus picking up 2 kills in quick succession of the esports team. It's going to be up to Edit 99 and Sami again to go for the retake.
Planted.
So in a 2 vs 3 situation, I guess Edit 99, if he can just get some information, he can pull out the Hunter's Fury as well if he wants to, because Sami is already dealing with the damage. We are going to be seeing him getting that kunai straight to the face of Maverick, and I guess Cactus is right around the corner in order to capitalize as soon as that drone passes away as well. Sami is just sneaking in, and maybe he might just be able to get himself the frag on towards Cactus. Yes, he does! It all comes down to Smoker, ladies and gentlemen. I guess Sami is just going to stick the defuse, going to get the half defuse in. He's going to wait for Smoker to peek in, and I guess Smoker, he does come in, but my Sami! You've got to be kidding me! What the hell was that jump? He got that jump in and he got that right click in, if I'm not wrong. All the 5 plays just penetrated to the face of Smoker, and that is going to be the first round of the board for the esports team. Red Bro, my goodness, this round. I mean, the esports team had no business winning it, by the way. On top of that, ults, they just pulled it off.
My goodness, what a round did we just mention? That was such brilliance being shown by Sami to use the Blaze Swarm to full effect, getting the headshots off on towards all the attackers on C site. Really pulling his team onto the victory, and that was a crucial round for the esports team to win out. And FANGS, they're going to be reeling in from that particular loss, and you now see reflected in them a slower playstyle being shown by them. They already lost out one of their attackers, one of their entry fraggers at the onset of the round. And the esports team now holding a more defensive approach. They want to go in for a more aggressive B. Beats now moving on towards that B men area. He knows that Strix is engaging 2 members of FANGS near that area. Maverick takes down Binks though. Unfortunately, the flanker is down. But they have the number of all the members of FANGS. It's now going to be up to Cactus to do the impossible against 4 members. But the impossible will remain the impossible as Bad Love with a cheeky right-click jump shot of the classic on towards the head of Cactus, sealing the round for his team. It's gonna mean that the comeback might be on for the esports team. If they can manage to get 4 or 5 rounds on the board, it's gonna be really comfortable for them on the attack, because as we've already said, Haven is an attacker-oriented map. Getting 4 or 5 rounds on defense means that you've done enough to make it an equalizer.
That's right, man. 4-2 as it looks like that the esports team, they're slowly but surely making a comeback as well. Maybe they're just about to put up the 3rd round of the board for themselves as well. At the same time, FANGS do have eked out a bye this round, so I guess it's not going to be as easy as I kind of am putting it. Or maybe Sammy can just show us why it can be easy instead. With that operator, things become a little bit too easy, and I guess it's going to be time for a Cactus to take him down as well. 1:15, and I guess Sammy, down to 52 points of health, needs a little bit of a heal, but oops, no healing agent. And Bings in bad luck. They do chime in order to help him out as well. And it finds himself a flag, and B2 is left out in a 1 versus 4. It does bring it down to a 1 versus 3. He's going to pull out the hat, and I guess with that is going to reveal the location of all of these players from the side of the esports team. B2. What exactly can he do? Edit is low. So maybe if Edit can be taken into an individual one-on-ones, B2 can win that out. Down to a 1 versus 2 then. And then eventually the story, you know, sort of evolves. But the Spike is in control of Binks, actually. And Binks is going for a wide peek. And he might just get himself the tag onto his B2, which he does. 4-3 in favor of Team FANGS for now. As, you know, the esports team might just be able to tie things up on the scoreboard, as Team FANGS, they have to go in for an eco.
And the tactical timeout is warranted at this point, and I'm not surprised by that at all at this point here, Assassin. The momentum that we've seen being showcased by Team FANGS, nothing odd happened at the 4th round. That they just lost their common composure in the 5th round, and they just started dropping rounds so consecutively. The esports team just taking the fight to them. That is exactly what we wanted to see at the 5th round. I was talking about that. They need to take the fight, be a bit more aggressive, and counter them when they're actually pushing in through main areas, because that is where when you take those fights as a defender, you're at an advantage. But when you hold on towards the site and you're facing off against relentless aggression coming in from multiple angles from the attackers, that's when you're at a disadvantage in Haven. And this is something that the esports team are using to great effect. They're using that advantage that they can carve out from themselves by these proactive plays, getting themselves on the scorecard, and now they have 3 rounds pulled back. 1 round separating the leaders from the laggers. Right now, the esports team, they're going to be looking to this round, the eco round for FANGS, to tie it all up and equalize it and build from there and try to get a surplus. If they can get a surplus in defense, that's going to mean huge things for them on attack. And that is exactly what they should be striving for.
They definitely need to get this equalizer on the board and, you know, sort of take the lead as well on the defense, because to be honest, they can try and do that, right? The esports team, they basically are gonna have it easy peasy, because Team FANGS, as good their attack is, their defense, I'm not gonna say it's bad, but at the same time it kind of, you know, lacks that aggressiveness as well. But it can be the other way around as well, you never know. You know, Cactus left out on a 1 versus 3 for now, though. Let's talk a little bit about this round. It was an eco, so you know, kind of did not talk much about this specific round. Because, you know, we're going to be seeing Edit 99 finishing it off, and it's going to be time for the entirety of FANGS to pull out their bigger guns. It's going to be the operator coming out into the hands of Cactus. What the hell am I watching?
Attacking operator, really a gamble here. He's gonna probably swap back to the Vandal though.
I know, right? It's a big gamble.
Yeah, I'm guessing he might have had a few voices of protest from his teammates, like, no, don't go in for that. We need to secure this particular round. This is a do or die round for us, because the next round is going to be Nico if you lose this one out, and he promptly goes in for the safer pick with the Vandal here. But FANGS, you can see it in their body language. The way that they were going in aggressively on towards all the sites, they've now retreated and reclused themselves into a much, much more conservative playstyle. And this is where the esports team have them cornered. This is where FANG is the most vulnerable, and they're not playing aggressively again. The gravity well is going to circumvent a little bit of that push coming out from Smoke. He's going to use that run it back, finding out Bad Love. Just not enough shots to kill him though. But it is going to be enough to get in the plant for FANGS.
Yeah, the specific Hunter's Fury isn't going to give him absolutely anything, by the way. And at 99, not going to be able to get that Hunter's Fury into use, but at the same time, it looks like that the defender-sided Killjoy is going to put down the lockdown. That might just force entirety of FANGS to, you know, further take control over towards the A-Links as well. Look at this! Cactus taking down Bad Love! And with that, this will be time for Bings and the gang to just take the defuse, and if they are going to be able to get this defuse, it's going to be insane. No, Maverick comes up with them, shot that lineups, and he gets himself another one! What the hell, FANGS? what looked like an easy round for the esports team turns out to be a nightmare.
My goodness, what did we just witness from Maverick in that particular point? The shock darts have been absolutely on point here, taking down the diffuser and not allowing them to stick it so that they could actually get that spike diffuse off. Just absolutely coming in clutch for his team. These are the plays that separate the winners from the losers at this point. Now they set themselves back at it in the lead here, but it's not going to take away the operator from Sami's hands. He's always a menace in this particular position. The angle is there. He just can't find the shot on towards Smoke. He wanted to get that ultimate orb. Runs away with his life in hand from the menacing operator of Sami. But meanwhile, you do see that FANGS, they're now concentrating on towards A. They pulled in a lot of attention towards C. The site is clearly open here. The Astral Stars are now going down on towards multiple areas of the site. The esports team are now pushing away from that site. They're now prepping for the retake.
Retake once again is going to come in from the side of the esports team. FANGS gonna drop in that nade, and I guess that nade is definitely gonna force Smoker out of the position that he was holding on to. But Cactus, on the other hand, is just gonna play in and around that Cosmic Divide. That Cosmic Divide is gonna be a game changer right now, Red Bro. Trust me, we are gonna be seeing Cactus try and going for that up drop, but no! Suddenly the tables have turned, and it looks like that B2 has to go in for some sort of a spray down through the smoke. And he's gonna do that. He's gonna take down 899. Maybe get the frag on towards Bad Love as well. Not happening. As Bad Love is gonna get that triple on the board, and with that, the 5th round for the esports team. What a neck-to-neck competition right now, Red Bro. We did talk about this, right? 5-5 is no joke, and I guess the esports team, they kind of are struggling, but at the same time, they're able to make ends meet in the retake.
I feel like in that particular retake, Edit99 was the quintessential team member. He used that recon dart to perfection at the right time to spot out 2 members, and that gave the esports team enough information that, hey, look, both of those players are over there. Now we can use the process of elimination to find out where the other defenders are, where the other attackers are holed up on towards the site. And that critical piece of information was crucial in getting that retake spot on. Pushing up through a Cosmic Divide like that without info is just absolutely not something that you want to do, but they had the information in tow. Because Edit99 was able to spot out 2 members of FANGS holding down that site, he just came in at the right moment for his team, sealing out the round. Sami, though, picking up an early kill with the operator. We've known him to, we've always seen him doing. Cactus, though, in a very advanced position on towards the site. I bet that the esports team were not expecting him to be in there. But right now, it is a 3v3. The spike hasn't been brought towards the A side, even though they have that control over there. If you look at the minimap, Maverick is now scurrying over on towards C side. He knows that no one might be holding on to that. You do see Cactus trying to pick off people near that A site area. The esports team are not convinced that they might just go in for a rotate. FANGS, now they have the spike plan going down on towards C side. It's a 3v2, but they can be poised to win it.
And a 2 versus 3 situation, right? Team FANGS, they pretty much don't have the best of the afterplan positions. And I guess this specific nade is gonna do a lot of damage on towards B2. He's gonna die to it. And right now, Binks is just gonna prove everyone wrong. Like, everyone right now is gonna be like, why did Binks go ahead and pick up Raze in the map of Haven? Should have been a different composition and whatnot. Yeah, there are a lot of chatter about that. But at the same time, Binks is just going ahead and, you know, proving everyone wrong. He's like, there's a reason I picked up Raze, and that is because of the fact that these utilities onto the Raze is just so goddamn good that they, like, just throwing in a nade gives me a kill. Using up the utilities in the right place gives me, you know, so much to work with. And that is exactly what Bings loves to do as well.
Definitely, and he's been the driving force for his team right now, sitting at 13 kills on the top of the scoreboard. Sami has gotten really critical kills all across the rounds as well. You see at 99, he's gonna be able to spot out members of the attackers coming in on towards this A side. It's a very fast push. Cactus has his Blade Storm in hand as all the Astra smokes go down in this particular A side. They're gonna find it well and truly clear, and I'm hearing a stinger. Are my ears deceiving me, Assassin? Am I really hearing a stinger being picked up by one of the members of FANGS? Unfortunately, they did have to go in for that if they wanted to go for the full armor buy. It's the last round of the game. FANGS not happy to be on these SMGs with one assault rifle in tow. Binks is now making his way on towards this A main area. Sami picking up a critical kill on towards Smoke A. Cactus getting taken down by Binks. Retake is going to be on the nades, going to thrown on towards that A main area. And all the members of FANGS are going to get dismantled one by one in a surgical, precise retake being initiated by the esports team. They're going to huddle up first. A lot of damage for some reason. I don't know. It's probably something that they do to celebrate.
Yeah, there's a celebration going on right now at the esports team's HQ. Just they're just like, let's have some fireworks and let's celebrate, because on an attacker-sided map, we managed to eke out 7 rounds on the defense.
Amazing, commendable stuff at this point, and they're gonna be really happy about that here, Assassin. And it looks to be that the confidence level that the esports team were hesitant to show at the onset of the first half, they might be showing it a little bit more now.
I mean, I'm not even gonna lie, dude. Like, the way Team FANGS have been playing, right? Truly feels like that defense has to be a lot more aggressive. It cannot be passive though. Like, if it is gonna be passive, then I guess it's pretty much over for them. They have to take an aggressive stance, and if they can make that happen, if they can get majority of that map control, if they can just bring in that element of Ascent into the map of Haven, and maybe things are gonna go into the favor of FANGS as well, and maybe we might just see this game going into an overtime. You never know. There was a poll that was raised a few seconds ago in the chat as well, if people do think that this game is gonna go overtime or not, and I guess majority of them were like, yeah, definitely. There is a chance.
We've already seen when these two teams clash out, and it's an evenly matched game like the one that we're witnessing right now. There's always the possibility that it's gonna go on to the overtime. You look at the attacking strategy though. Strix is already planning, but Edit99 is in that CT area, holding on towards the anchor position, preventing a rotation coming out from any member of FANGS at this point. Edit99 now choosing to rejoin his team. He knows that a rotation might not come out because a lot of time has already passed since the spike has been planted down. Cactus though, getting an unsuspecting Edit99. B2 gets taken down by Strix. Cactus is still over there. Bad Love is the sole person remaining. He runs out of ammo here. He's gonna be able to take down Bad Love, but Strix here with the trade of the Ghost coming in clutch from C-Long is gonna mean that team, esports team, have the first round of attack. It's now 8-5 on the scoreboard. They're gonna pick up the Spectres, and they're not gonna relent in this particular attack.
It clearly looks like that, the esports team gonna get themselves that 8 on the board, and Team FANGS are gonna struggle to go in for that retake as well. Kind of an unfortunate scene right there, but at the same time, I'm really happy that the esports team, they're bringing it right back, and I was not surprised, like with this composition that they have got as well. On the map of Haven, it definitely works out. And Edit99, all he has to do is just give him the information. Wow, B2. Guess someone tried to go in a little bit too adventurous with that sheriff and got absolutely wrecked by the Rays. This is gonna be Cactus being sucked into the gravity well, and Strix to capitalize on top of that utility, dropped in by his comrade. This is insane, man. Like, the esports team are making use of each and every ability, each and every utility being deployed on towards a particular part of the map, and they're making sure that they get kills on top of that ability as well. And that is something that we don't really see from a lot of teams out there, like, who are up in the making of making it to the top. And I'm really happy that the esports team are doing a good job.
One enemy remaining.
The enemy was punished.
Look at how they cornered FANGS into a particular corner of the site while the spike was already planted. And this looks to be a very, very different esports team than the one that we've seen on Ascent and on Haven, where on Ascent, their aggression was there, but it was just not cold and calculated like the one that we're witnessing here. On Split, we didn't see a lot of utility usage. We did see Binks using his grenades and his boombots really, really aggressively. But the coordination that you're witnessing right now, using the Sova drone to flush out a defender on towards that A sewers area, and then using the gravity well to trap them near that entrance area to pick him off, that is just supreme team coordination, and that is the stuff that we really want to see coming out from pro Valorant teams in this particular region. The utility usage, the combinations, the coordinations, everything is just precisely calculated and executed to perfection. And the esports team are gonna be happy to utilize that to full effect. Now, they're moving in very, very slowly near that A-long area. Maverick's gonna be able to spot them out with the recon drone. He's gonna use that shock dart to try and deal a little bit of chip damage on towards the incoming attackers onto the site. FANGS and esports team, both these teams are now in a stationary position near that area. They're not making any sort of aggressive peek out. They're not making any sort of aggressive play. They're just waiting in tow, trying to find out information as the astral cosmic divide goes down near that A site area. The recon dart has been planted by Maverick near that site. They do not know that someone is there. The plan is going down. They might not have gotten the sound
Spike
here,
planted.
though. The spike has been planted near that site. They do know that it's on the corner here. The Astra smokes are gonna go down. The utilities are there from every single player here. The Killjoy Molly is gonna push Maverick away from that site. As you see, all members of esports team are now positioned near that A main area. It's gonna prove to be really, really dangerous here. Fangs now pushing up towards the flank here. They now set up an effective kill zone, and one by one, members of the esports team now get taken away. What looked to be a round of precise, meticulous execution of utilities has turned out to be a disaster for them when they went in for that post-plan situation near A-long. FANGS happy to turn it into a bloodbath for the esports team in that particular side. They pull one round back, and they're going to breathe a sigh of relief here as they get to keep their assault rifles for another round.
That's true, I guess. Team FANGS are going to be very happy that they were able to get that specific round when they did pull out a full buy, and that was something that that they kind of had in mind as well, trying to go in for that retake, trying to come in with that majority of the flank as well in that specific retake. 30 in this specific round, it looks like a slow affair for now, as the esports team are gonna try and sort of explore that avenues towards the middle position. The Binks is trying to hold on outside of the garage area. Maybe he's just gonna move in and claim some control, claim some real estate over towards garage as well. Sammy, on the other hand, trying to move into it. I just spot out Mr. Maverick, and it is gonna be Maverick to go ahead and delete him off. Wow, did not see that coming, by the way, but at the same time, really happy that Maverick was able to grab himself that kill as well. Like, it's just, they just make it look so easy, right? Just peek in, and it's not even like it's not even like they were constantly aiming for that. They just made their way towards the A-lane position, towards the entrances, and he just gets that slide in and gets that peek. Insane stuff coming out from Maverick. The man has been on point since the start of the day. But I guess it's gonna be time for Binks to be on point as well in the second half. But little does he know that there is Kohli to just jump down from the garage windows and grab himself a frag. Be all down to edit 99 in a 1 versus 3 situation. He has to isolate himself into 3 individual one-on-one. That is gonna be quite a challenge, and I guess against a player like Smoker, who is young, talented, and has a prowess over his aim. I don't think so. Edit 99 is going to be able to do that much. Maybe the 7th round of the board for Team FANGS, and I guess they are already in the making of a comeback. Red Row.
Yeah, and right now, esports team are gonna have to go in for an economic round here. Looks to be scattered buys all across the board for all of their team members so far. They do have 2 Vandals in tow. They're actually saving a little bit on towards Sami here. They might just want him to pick up an operator or maybe an assault rifle for the next round. That's why they're not letting him buy. He is 1 point away from his ultimate, though. He needs to secure an ultimate in order to make the best use of it. Maverick absolutely tormenting the esports team with a shock darts here. Smoke A using that run it back. Can't seem to find any members of the esports team in those particular positions at this point. And he is sent back to the garage where he came from. Prodding towards the shots, trying to find out if they can land a few of the cheeky wallbang shots through this double doors area.
Kohli right now is just gonna fall back. He really doesn't want to fall down to these right to the side of the esports team, but OB2 looks like someone has got a little bit of information, and on top of that information, he's just gonna be very aggressive through the smoke in order to get that kill as well. 40 seconds, and there is a decision to be made right here, Red Row. There is a decision for the esports team. to be made right now as to which site is going to be falling down into the hands of the esports team.
30 seconds left.
I guess 30 seconds and they still haven't decided. Are they just gonna eventually move it over towards C, or are they actually moving it over towards the A side? Bings is creating a lot of distraction. Being low on HP, he's the perfect man to be doing so. And I guess with all of that distraction being made over towards the garage and the B side, it's gonna be time for the esports team to move it over towards A.
10
They
seconds.
have taken down the trap man as well. It is gonna be the Jet to just dash in. But there is one more player towards shot. Oh no! Bad love! Why didn't you check? Why didn't anybody check over towards the shot position? And Smoker was just aggressively holding on towards the A shot position. And that is going to be the 8th round of the board for Team FANGS. Ladies and gentlemen, Team FANGS is just making a comeback. And I guess the esports team are finding it a little bit difficult now as they're running out of things to do on their attack.
The esports team, with their relentless aggression for the first 2 rounds, they were able to move past a lot of the defensive holes that FANGS were putting out in this particular map. And right now, it looks to be like they're just letting Smoke K boost on towards that up top C position to peek out through C long with the Vandal. Smoke A making that TEC rotation through a short area was something that the esports team just did not find it. But Cactus getting traded out by Sammy with a headshot, but not before losing out. Biggs, though, that Astro Smoke is not going to be able to save Smoke A from the Vandal of Sammy as the Cosmic Divide goes down. Coley finds bullets straight into the crate as Sami has been activated. He's moving in right now. The Hunter's Fury is going to come out from FANGS, but B2 moving in, using that distraction to take down Sami near that top side area. Maverick and B2, it's all up to them to try and tie up the scoreboard here. 2v3 neural theft is available. Corpse cooldown going down with the kills that they've gotten from the members of the esports team. They have 2 shock darts and a recon dart to work with, so they have a wealth of information gathering abilities here. Neural theft not being used out. The shock dart being used in that particular position. The gravity well is gonna get activated. Maverick now in a very critical position. He does manage to take down Strix, but Bad Love manages to take him down. And another Astro Star is coming out. The concussion is gonna interrupt the defuse. No, it's not. The half defuse is there. He does not have enough time to make this happen. Bad Love goes down, but Edit 99 is there with the trade, and the esports team managed to find themselves at a 10-8 scoreline. Finally, we see them back at their stride with a proper retake hold position. And right now, for FANGS, they need to build up that momentum. Again, they need to hold on to that defensive line that they did in the previous rounds. But for the esports team, that's going to be a sigh of relief for them as the round has not been equalized. The game hasn't been equalized. They still sit at the lead.
So with them getting on to double digits first, I guess it sort of sends out a clear message as well. The Team FANGS, what they have to do is not get disheartened, and they have to just keep going with this specific momentum that they are putting up as well. They're bringing it down to, you know, these one-on-ones and one-on-twos as well. They are bringing it very close, Red Bro. And that is something to be appreciative for. You know, despite all of the challenges, Team FANGS, they are putting up a show that, you know, even the esports team might be very surprised about. Right now, it's going to be Edit 99 and Bings to go ahead.
Oh my God.
Bings to get himself a double on top of that showstopper. And I guess Bings is just going to go ahead and prove me wrong. Like, you know, a couple of days ago, I did say that the showstopper kind of has a little bit of a problem. So maybe it needs a fix. Maybe Bings is like, maybe it's just you, Assassin. Everything's fine for me. I'm getting a double, a triple with my ult. And yeah, with that, in the 2 versus 5 situation, Team FANGS, they have got nothing else to do but save Red Bro.
Yep, and after that showing by Binks pushing on aggressively, using that showstopper, it was also facilitated a lot by Edit 99 with that Hunter's Fury, but he's going to find himself in a very dangerous position though. Maverick happy to take away that kill for his team. They do know that 2 members are now saving with the assault rifles, and you see that the esports team are now hounding them out, trying to see if they have the courage to even go in for that rotate and try to contest site. But that was not it. Edit 99 using that Hunter's Fury to pigeonhole 2 members of FANGS into a position where Binks can use the showstopper to take both of them down, and then he does it again with more of his utilities. Just goes to show that the Raze in the proper hands, in hands of a competent Raze player, is just so devastating on attack. And yeah, the showstopper coupled with the boombot and the nade is just oppressive at that point if you're a defender.
Completely true, man. Yeah, we're going to be seeing a little bit of a timeout being taken up as well, and we are going back to the Costa Camp. We are going to be walking you through on how exactly this match is gonna, now lead as well from here on out. So we can definitely see the scoreboard reading out the score 11-8 Red Pro, and I guess team Team Fangs, what they have to figure out is how exactly they can stop this sort of an aggression coming out from the esports team. Now, I did say that if given a little bit of a breathing room, sports team is is a is an all-rounded team where they make use of that breathing room and they just capitalize on top of that, keep on going with the momentum, and once they have these aggressive players like Bings and Sammy to just open up space for the team, they just go ahead and get control, claim that specific round into their hands as well. So what Team Fangs can try and do is maybe in turn show a little bit more resistance instead of trying to play it out for a retake. Because retake, it's not happening, all right? It's definitely not happening right now. Because the esports team, after their plant is in, they take really good after plant positions. And I guess Team Fangs, their option right now would be to maybe change their stance a little bit, going for an aggressive one.
Right now, we do see a little bit more aggression coming out from Team Fans. They're now holding on to an aggressive position near that A site. But it looks to be that the esports team are not moving on towards that. They're using the Sova drone to great effect here. Binks, though, in a very cheeky position near that B window area, is going to be able to find out Smoke. A Cactus getting that trade off on him. And now Sami and the rest of his crew are now in towards that C site, but Fangs is right there from behind. They now switch to plant position to accommodate this new information as the recon darts keep going out of the map here. And Edit 99 with that amazing burst of the Bulldog. 3 shots in a row, getting the head of both Coley and his counterpart near that C-long area. And the esports team are sitting at match point. Really well played, and the aggression coming out from Fangs to post their players on towards that A-long area has just absolutely backfired for them, because that is a very dangerous position to retake a site from, provided you don't have people coming in from CT or garage to put the distraction to, distract the attackers holding on to that particular C site. And it looks to be that their own plan came back to destroy them. Now they're staring down defeat. Can the esports team seal the deal in this game?
Well, that is a question that is yet to be answered. But I guess we are going to get an answer now, though. It's going to be Sammy and gang to, showcase their presence over towards the middle position as well as outside the garages. I guess that in turn is gonna sort of help the Jet coming in from the side of the defenders to aggressively push in from the A mains. Look at that. You can already see the player with the name of Cactus trying to push in with a backstab, and he's gonna get himself a frag as well. It's be bad luck going down, and I guess Biggs is trying to aggressively try and do something. What is happening? It's a chaos right now towards the B side, and Biggs, his position, give it away, but he still managed to get himself a double. You've got to be kidding me, Bings. What did you have for dinner, my friend? Because it looks like you did not, he did not get enough. He's still hungry, but it looks like that Cactus is going to be even more hungry as he goes out and takes each and every one down by coming in with that flank. He's going to put up that 9th round of the board for Team Fangs.
Big spotted out the barrel of the Cypher when he was pushing in. B2 sticking it in through the smoke. Unfortunate stuff coming out from Bings. He just couldn't find the shots to connect with from the inside of that smoke. He still got those 2 kills near that A-Link area. He had no business getting those 2 kills at the start of the round. But my goodness, Cactus with a very clutch peek out through B window towards the unsuspecting players of the esports team. A little bit of adrenaline rush coursing through the veins of the players of TET at that point. They were just not aware of the fact that they might just get flanked out, and Cactus happy to oblige, taking advantage of that mistake and the lapse in judgment. Here comes Sammy though with that updraft and dash on towards the side. He takes a few shots towards him. Smoke A Coley now dismantling the attack on towards him. Edit 99, the only player to get 1 kill on towards the scoreboard for his team. Fangs now have 4 members alive all across the board. Bad Love is the only player standing. Does not have the ultimate, does not have enough stars to make something happen. It's a monumental task for him to try and seal this one out. Fangs, they're not gonna move an inch. They're not gonna go anywhere. They know that the spike is with the last player. The peek out comes from Cactus. sealing the round for FANGS. 2 more rounds to tie it all up again. Match point. It's do or die for the 2 rounds for FANGS.
What is the economic situation for the side of the esports team? Oh, they're gonna struggle. But they're still making sure that they have a bite this round. This is interesting. Sammy is gonna drop over to a player, and he in turn is gonna play on the blades, which is again a really good decision. He's got himself the full shield as well. I think 99 is gonna struggle a little bit, by the way. He has to sell for the half shield. But in my opinion,
Get out of my way.
if the esports team can just get this round going on to their favor, then maybe they don't have to, you know, regret later. Because right now, if given the chance, the FANGS might just go ahead and drag this game to an overtime, and with Bings getting taken down, things have taken a swift turn. Sammy is coming in right now to try and get something done, but Cactus knows exactly what Sammy is capable of. He knows his tendencies, and Cactus is going to in turn go ahead and take down Strix as well. He's going to further aggression and maybe find the frag on towards Bad Love. Oh my god, Cactus is on an Is Edit 99 going to go ahead and gift him that ace as well? Is Cactus adventurous enough, courageous enough to go ahead and get that ace? Yes, he is! Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the duelist, the star fragger for the side of Team FANGS, as he goes ahead and gets himself an ace in order to put up the 11th and maybe drag this game to an overtime as well for his team.
Cactus with the clutch ace coming out for his team. Sammy using that updraft with the Blaze Storm in tow. No one expected him to go in for that, but Cactus with that flick on towards the head of his counterpart, getting that kill onto him and sealing the deal for his team. It's now 12-11 on the board. Team Esports team, they do have a little bit of a weapons disadvantage going for them right now. They're forced to pick up 2 Spectres and a Bulldog. They do have 2 proper rifles in tow, though. They have 3 ultimates in hand as well. Binks has the Showstopper. Strix has the Killjoy ultimate along with Edit 99's Hunter's Fury. But it's gonna be Cactus with that Blaze Storm. He has it ready. Maverick is 1 point away from it. B2 has the Neural Theft up. It's not gonna be enough to use as a defensive round. But look at the flank around the world coming in from Smoke A. If he can't find a position on towards all members of the esports team, it's gonna be a lot. The concussion hits Binks in the nick of time as he has the Showstopper still in hand. He's still probing in. He's still contemplating where to shoot it out. The rocket fuse actually goes off the timer. He does not have any utilities to use. He spots out one member on towards that heaven area, peeks out quickly and takes that headshot on towards Maverick. The Cosmic Divide is going to come down from Bad Love. He's going to split the site in half. And now heaven area is now not a realistic area for the team of FANGS to push in from. Coley takes down Bad Love with a flank around the world here. Sami is the only person remaining in towards that H-turn area. The attacker Killjoy ultimate has been levied down to try and get them away from that spike. The countdown is going down. It's not going to get anyone on towards that. It's 3 members of FANGS now put across all the board here. FANGS B2 takes down Binks. He's going to be up to Edit 99 to use the Hunter's Sphere to try and get that time all across the board here. He takes down time. Strix takes down 2 members.
Attackers win.
Of headshots and Edit 99 with the clutch. Hunter's Fury seals the round for his team. Oh my god, Assassin. What was that game?
Well, that was a beautiful display of teamwork and coordination from the side of the esports team. Not gonna lie, they brought it all back, and I'm really happy, man. Like the esports team, we all thought that Team FANGS, they are gonna be able to drag this game to an overtime, but Edit 99 saves the day, and the Sova main, despite the challenges that he had, you know, despite whatever's been happening as well, in and around. He actually did not let that affect onto that crucial round where he went ahead and got himself the round as well for the team. Amazing stuff coming in from the side of the esports team, man. Hats off. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, the way Team FANGS were making that comeback, I thought that the esports team, they already steamrolled out of control, and we might just see Team FANGS coming in with a comeback, which could have been even more exciting, by the way. But at the same time, the esports team, maybe they badly wanted it, and they made it happen as well. They did struggle in order to make the ends meet and close it out, but in the end, they finally made it happen.
Definitely, and right now, we have a lot to unpack for this roller coaster of a match, so let's go straight into the map highlights to talk about what we just witnessed here, Assassin. Throughout the course of the game, we thought that FANGS had finally found a little bit of their stride in certain moments of the game where they had set up effective kill zones to try and bushwhack the members of the esports team into precarious situations where they could use their team coordination and their utilities to, mow them down in those certain spots. FANGS they had individual skill, they had the coordination, they had the utilities down, but the relentless aggression coming out from the esports team, coupled with individual flashes of brilliance from both Binks and Sammy and Edit99, after that mistake with the recon dart that cost his team the round, was just absolutely phenomenal. And it just came down to a sequence of near misses where both these teams were just so close to winning out a round, but then the other members of the other team just pulled a rabbit out of the hat and just sealed the deal with an amazing, insane clutch. And that was just the unbelievable aspect of this team, and how both these teams tried to one-up each other so much that they went above and beyond their usual skill levels to try and circumvent that, try and negate all of that pressure being levied down. And that is what propelled both these teams to the scoreline that we're seeing right now. Unfortunate stuff. It's a repeat of the Ascent game that we've seen, the 13-11 scoreline. It does not do justice to this game at all, because the esports team, for all their relentless aggression, there were times when they just absolutely did win out rounds that they had no business in, with unbelievable clutches coming out from their individual players.
True that. I mean, it was a beautiful display of Valorant coming out from both of these teams, and I'm not even gonna lie, Team FANGS, they did struggle on their defense, as I did mention right before. Their defense is not as strong as their attack, and that is something that they are working on too as well. But at the same time, the effort, man, the effort, it matters the most, and the way they brought it all back into 13-11 is something that is to be talked about, to be appreciated about. And I'm definitely sure that you guys are gonna have a lot of fun on the analyst desk, breaking down the entire best of 3 as well. Because this specific map, right, I guess has a lot of things that you guys are gonna be able to talk about as well.
Oh,
So here we
right.
are.
So
Hello.
that was an extremely explosive game. I bet you guys, oh my gosh, that must have drained the energy out of you. I just want to pose this question, Ripro. Who were the highlight players? Let's take it from the esports team. Who was the highlight player for you?
For me, it would be Binks. Honestly, with that raise in the 2 games that we've seen in game 2 and 3, he just proves time and time again why his raise is such a menace whenever he's allowed to actually pick it up. And using his utilities, using his grenades, and the showstopper to great effect in both attack and defense, cutting off the attacking team, and also proving to be an insanely oppressive force for defenders hold up in positions that, people might not check, has just been absolutely amazing. And he's my player of the series so far.
All right. And as for you, Assassin, who was the highlight player from the side of Team Fangs?
Well, for Team Fangs, I guess it definitely would have been Cactus for me, because the amount of frags that Cactus did bring into the board as well, right? The versatile plays that he brought in, the amount of times he has opened up the space for the players to just move into the site. As a duelist, he has always, checked all of the boxes for me, and today he just went completely crazy with that specific jet. And not only the map of Haven, right? Even in the map of Ascent, the map of Split, and the map of Haven. In all 3 of these maps, I guess Cactus and Smoker were the 2 players that actually struck out for me. But I would definitely stick up to Cactus, because that guy consistently put up the performance in all of the 3 maps.
All right, let's head over into the screen where we can check out all the teams and where they stand. Remember, this is Group B, and that was an insane best of 3. In fact, since this gauntlet has begun, past the qualifier stage, this has been the first best of 3 that went all 3 maps. Everything has been 2-0s, but this time we're going to get a 2-1. So there it is on Group B. You can see True Ripper Samurai Esports, ROG Academy, Team Fangs. You can see all the teams there, and the Esports team, they just went up against Team Fangs. So this should grant the Esports team a point, 1 win and 2 points. Moving forward, right? You see, Team Fangs, they had a rough time, but they did fight extremely hard. Red Bro, how do you think Team Fangs should approach their coming matches?
In terms of the way that they actually played out this match, as Assassin has already said, they do have really good players with individual flares of brilliance like Smoka and Cactus. But the main problem, I feel like, came down to their strategic diversity. They do have this sort of team coordination and everything that we already saw on Ascent, we already saw on Split. Not so much in Split. We already saw on Ascent, and they just need to nail down a few more of those strategies to go against a team like the esports team, where diversity and surprises actually facilitate you and just push you through towards those wins. So for me, strategic diversity is something that they do need to work on. They need to freshen up their tactics a little bit more, maybe pick up some unorthodox agent picks to pull out like Binks does with his raise, to catch your opponents off guard and really get an advantage that no other team can do. A lot of their playstyle revolves around the vanilla Valorant playstyle, where they get the fundamentals right, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that at this stage, I feel like a lot of the players, all of the players, in fact, of the entire tournament will have those fundamentals in check, and they'll be able to get that read on you. So you need to bring in something new, something unique, something fresh to rejuvenate or reinvigorate your playstyle.
All right. And here's the question to you, Assassin. When it comes to Team Fangs, how do you think they should approach their matches this time around? Because it wasn't exactly the best day for them.
Well, to be completely honest, I would just put it out there, right? Map number 1 was a very exhilarating display of Team Fangs going completely ham on towards the esports team. Or maybe it can be even considered as a fact that, the esports team is just taking their sweet time into analyzing as to how exactly Team Fangs play as well. You can put it that way as well, but at the same time, you can clearly see that Team Fangs, they had a tremendous lead on the map of Ascent. Moving on to its Split, I guess I did mention this before, that it is a home ground for the esports team. So, they kind of had an edge over there. But the map of Haven, it should have been going into the favor of Team Fangs. And I stressed on this before as well. Their attack, that is Team Fangs' attack, is really, really good. But at the same time, their defense, it kind of is something that, pulls them down. And that is something that they need to work on as well. And I guess it also was something like, they kind of ran out of juice, or they kind of ran out of things to do. And I guess there was a little bit of a miscommunication as well when we did see the defense side of Team Fangs on the map of Haven. So they need to figure that out. The synergy, the coordination has to somewhat be there as well. And yeah, maybe they can just go ahead and grab themselves a can of Red Bull as well if they did run out of juice.
All right, let's head over into the standings, and we're going to take a look at Group B. So all the first matches amongst all 8 teams, they have been played, and you can very well see that TET will be up there along with Enigma Gaming, Velocity Gaming, and True Rippers, for the fact that all these teams won their first match. Now you can see Team Fang, Samurai Esports, RG Academy, Kuchbi, not exactly the most ideal start, but hey, it's just the beginning. Remember, you're watching the TEC Gauntlet Season 1, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radiant. I would like to thank all of you guys for tuning in. This was an explosive second half, and if you guys call all the action, good on you. We will be back with the broadcast in a couple of days. Remember to like and subscribe, hit that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live. You don't want to miss out. Check out the links in the description. You're not going to be disappointed. Thank you so much, Red Bro and Assassin, for being here. You guys did a great job. My name is Apollonia. I was your host today, and until next time, take care and happy gaming.
Bye.